every one of us, when our individual interest arises, we forget about the unity of people. No one works without God. It has been stated. We have to be very fair and sincere and God-fearing to make sure we walk by wisdom. To make sure we adhere to wisdom. Before getting into my own observations in the speeches that the President has given for the key ministers. Honorable Speaker, I may not do justice without making emphasis on his statement that governments should forget about our individual interests. Let advisors be advisors. Let the executive be executive and judiciary and legislators do their duties as legislators. I may commend the judiciary as one arm of the government who are involved looking despite challenges that they are facing, but I'm seeing the judiciary play a fair role in their duty and appeals in their everyday administration of the where are we? The executive and the political in trying to execute our daily functions. We have to be very mature enough that we work on the first interest of our body. First, nationalism. We have to pay for the taxpayers' money. We have to be honest. We have to be fair. Madam Speaker, getting into the statement of the President, I must start with the Ministry of Finance. As it states page 6 of 57, Speaker, it has to be very fair enough to ourselves as representatives that yes, we were here in the last quarter of 2022, scrutinizing the budget and getting into approval, which started. If we want to work as a nation, we have to be very realistic, we have to be very truthful, and we have to be very willing to make sure that we identify our problems, we sit together as a nation, we work it forward. It is not safe to declare your shortfalls. It is not safe to rectify yourself and walk ahead to a better point. Honorable Speaker, I may suggest the Ministry of Finance to look into the financial subset of this fund. We've seen the central bank being bankers' fund. We've seen the registration of so many commercial banks being existing. We are here to trade financially. We are here to support the private sector, support the government and the private sector. But we are registering very little progress from that end of the economy to serve the interests of the people, to help small enterprises grow, to help small businesses grow. And they have been given a leverage to live and then to receiving every payment that was in the economy to get to the rooted through this commercial banking system. With prices, with fees, with income, which also help them to make more profit. But how much of that profit is getting back to the people that are growing needs to be checked. Businesses are here. They are struggling to trade outside, to bring in business, to bring in goods and services for the people of the country. But they are constrained with banking instruments that will help them get in business and bring competition to lower down prices. But yet still these banks are allowed to stay in trading, allowed give loans in a very exorbitant mood, allow them to create any kind of income that they may make to maximize their profit to the expense of the vulnerable people of Gambia. And these Gambians are the people that are contributing to the socio-economic development of this country. They are the very people that are checked on ways to bring these things to and then. Honorable Speaker, we tour in China, like my honorable colleague has just stated here. We've been to China, we've seen how China grown. In 40 years they were able to be who they are. But we grow, and the fact are the key sectors that we are supporting China to grow. We were who they are. Few ministries were the contributors of that. Help the financial subsector to participate and contribute into the growth of our economy. If not, we are just walking to these financial institutions to grow in the expense of ordinary people. Getting into the Ministry of Trade, the Trade Industry Regional Integration and Employment. It has been stated that there is a new bill that has come into effect, which we have just concluded the third reading of the 2023 legal bill that has been, which has been a great success and a great achievement from both the executive and this House. But I hope the laws, that bill, the content of that bill is being executed at its fullest to make sure that it reaches out to the least Gambian that is about to be covered by the same bill. We all understand employment opportunities sometimes are of choice. Yes, we do. But once you enter a contract with an employer, you ended up being a vulnerable price. You ended up being dancing to the tunes and the whistles because of your lack of knowledge of what is governing you or guiding you to be employed under that circumstance. You tend to be abused. And I think this time, with this bill, the executive, the government, and this House to make sure that it is made clear, line by line, page by page, every Gambian that is to benefit from this bill to make sure that we know what is labeled in, so that these Gambians will be compliant with the standard to the international labor laws. It is good to encourage employment opportunities, but it is also very detrimental to encourage an investor that will come into abuse of people. Honorable Speaker, I may not do justice if I did not get into the Ministry of Agriculture. We've been talking about within the speeches that the President has just given out, he has said that there are some lapses that are caused by the Russian-Ukraine war due to cereals that are imported from Ukraine, that is the wheat and the maize. We know the Ministry of Agriculture is here, and we've been doing our agricultural activities seasonally and then all year round. But since 2021, if I may be corrected, if I stand to be corrected, we've been thinking of this Russian-Ukraine war anytime we sit here to discuss it. We base our lapses on those effects. But is there any secondary way out through the agricultural ministry to make sure that those cereals we are crying for, we have an alternative to that? And this is the responsibility of the Ministry of Agriculture to come up with a plan and a strategy today before this House to look for a way forward. I think we have enough technocrats that are sitting within the ministry to look into this kind of thing, to make sure we are protected. We don't remain vulnerable to be waiting on Russia and to enter into a truce or to enter into a peace deal, to enter into a compromise to finish that war that we become living human beings. We rely solely on our government. And the government should also look into modalities. In the event, without the Russia-Ukraine, we should be surviving. We are human beings born in Gambia, and we should be living in Gambia, and we are citizens of Gambia. I only hope that the Russia-Ukraine war gets to an end very soon, but I am urging the Ministry and the Ministry of Finance to work on modalities to come up with plans and strategies to make sure that those things are never pronounced here. It is very sad to be keeping on pronouncing this thing, the COVID-19 and the Russia-Ukraine war all the time, without any alternative. We need to talk on things that will give us a solution. We want solution, we don't need to be identified with problems that we cannot solve. We cannot end the Russia-Ukraine war. When shall we end our war? If Gambia cannot be a base to end that war, when shall we be as such? I think we should graduate from that state to get into a level that we may even give an alternative to another thing than depending on those serious that we will never be able to get. Honorable Speaker, getting into the lands and regional affairs. Honorable Speaker, it has been stated here that the Ministry of Land is developing a national land policy, which is very kind. As the politics and other activities university branches sometimes do require, we are also ignoring the legal internet that we might work on to resolve. You have families that have issues on lands, they are struggling in courts, the people bound in the villages are struggling, constituencies are having issues, regional boundaries are having issues, national boundaries are having issues. I think this should be a robust step that the government will take on seriously, and then make sure they task the ministry to come up with an early policy that will be set by this House for scrutiny, and then we develop in-depth laws and procedures that we will be taking to make sure that those problems that might emerge in the near future to cause problems that we cannot resolve. I think the large issues are becoming major threats of our peace and stability and our coexistence as people in this country. So it should not only end to be a statement that is to be given, but we need to see action over that. And that note, Honorable Speaker, I get to take my seat. Thank you.
Thank you very much, from the East. I'm not sure, Your Excellency, the Vice President, members are raising very important issues putting across all sectors. And that person we have notified the office for cabinet ministers and the ministers to be here. Get not to help you so that they will all be given the opportunity also to get part in the debate and then to make it easy so that they will come to us. But it appears that not a single technician is here. Majority of the ministers it will serve important that they are here so that the members raise issues they can help respond, and also those that need outcomes to need to table the various offices, they will do so in the interest of the nation. Thank you very much. I hope they will go to the school. I now give the floor to the member of our house.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for giving me the floor. Honorable Speaker, be very brief since speakers before me highlighted most of the issues. So on that note, I wouldn't like to take much of our time, so I'm going to be very brief. I start with the introductory remarks of the President. Where he highlighted about his plans and setbacks and challenges of which his government has gone through. Among them, one of the setbacks is education. Honorable Speaker, I believe yearly 18,000 students start to the senior secondary school exams. And out of these 18,000 students, 1.5 of these students are absorbed in the tertiary institutions. 1.4 is absorbed by tertiary institutions. And 1.4 is absorbed by tertiary institutions. What's wrong with the rest of the students that are going to be sitting down? What's the plan in place that the government has for these students under the Speaker? Having gone through the speech of the President on the interior, the Honorable President has exposed his plans, but my understanding and my observation, the security day reform charge at the airport is the only issue of which the President has never mentioned anything of such. This security levy affects our tourist industry, which forced the Scandinavian tourists to cancel all their flights to the country. Honorable Speaker, tourism is a key ministry that employs and most government benefits out of tourism. In the year 2020, 2021, 2023 compared to 2023, 2023 tourist season is completely dead. Dead in the sense that the number of tourists that we expect in the country, they are not forthcoming because of the delay introduced at the international level. There is a time when we engaged the Minister of Tourism about this issue. He said the response was, he is not responsible. We should engage in government issues. But there are engagements that have been done for this issue. But the response that we normally have from the authorities is they cannot do anything as of now. Honorable Speaker, when such responses are coming from the government, what the government should be described as the government. Honorable Speaker, having said that, when we come to health, the President highlighted his achievement and his plans when it comes to health. But there was a burning issue And yet, still, the burning issue when it comes to the case of act. Not a single word was mentioned in the president's speech concerning this act. Honorable members, should we take this government a serious government? We've lost 70 plus lives when it comes to acting. Honorable Speaker, to you, I want to express my disappointment with this government for failing to take up this issue seriously. We've seen other countries, where one life lost, it becomes a burning issue. But in the case of Uganda, it's very different. We've lost 70 plus lives. Not a single war still from government to other forms. Honorable Speaker, having said that, we've had some colleagues who are very much concerned when it comes to agriculture, failure of agriculture in the country. I'm sure you will all agree with me. Agriculture as a ministry of hundreds of doctors. Remember Dr. Saba, Dr. Dabo, Dr. Sana, hundreds of doctors. Yet still, we told those doctors that we cannot cure. We told them in their ministry or in their department what sort of doctors are there. Honorable Speaker. Having said that, Honorable Speaker, corruption becomes open in the country. I'm sure you all agree with me that there is a bill before this corruption. Surely it will pass before the end of this legislative year. Corruption becomes part of the game. Corruption becomes open in the country, but not a single word has been indicated in the president's speech. Honorable Member Bakar, I ask you please let's avoid naming people who may not be able to come and defend us. We can name one position or general. Thank you. Proceed. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, our shared corruption becomes an order of day in the country. Not a single word has been mentioned by the President in his speech. Honorable Speaker, we have seen the economic failure in the country. A serious government will take its economy seriously rather than putting blames on Russia and Ukraine war. We've had so many experiences when it comes to economic issues. To respond to the war in Russia-Ukraine war. Honorable Speaker, in the President's speech on the transport and works, the President indicated that funds are being secured for completion of certain projects that are ongoing. How are those funds being secured? The statement is vague. grant form. The government people want to know. Honorable Speaker. To you, I put those questions to Honorable Vice President to let government know how those forms are being secured. Honorable Speaker, with those remarks, I think I would prefer taking my seat without taking much of your time. I thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Member Bubakar. I now recognize the member for Lower Category.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I want to join my colleagues in welcoming the Honorable Vice President and Honorable Speaker, I would want to begin my contribution on the final message of the President. The President put emphasis on national unity, and I believe unity is key to development. Even in our individual groups, unity is key. In our company, unity is key. It was only this morning that I proposed to some cabinet, some honorable colleagues that I would go to talk to leaders of both sides of the assembly so that we can have a close meeting in order to save this country. Because the trend at which we are going is scary to me. Honorable Speaker, unity is very important. The reason why we are experiencing all these issues here and there is because there is no unity among us. This is a fact. There is no unity in this country. Politics has divided the country so much so that we don't even want to talk peace among ourselves. This is very sad. Honorable Speaker, coming to other areas which were highlighted by the President, I'll begin my deliberation on agriculture. Honorable Speaker, I'll join my honorable colleague, honorable member of Lower Salem. He mentioned that technocrats have failed the President. Honorable Speaker, if that allegation is true, I am pleased for you, the President of the Republic, to look into that allegation and take the firm action against those culprits in order to save our motherland land. Honorable Speaker, every department must have a lead. The head of agriculture in the government here, because I will not agree with some honorable members who are alleging the entire Department of Agriculture as people who are not doing their job. For me, I am directing my satisfaction to the Honorable Minister of Agriculture. Honorable Speaker, the Minister before this Honorable Minister, the Minister before him, she used to be a very good minister. We saw how committed that lady was. I am not here to question anybody, but the truth is true. Where is the agricultural minister today? And he is in the country. Where is he? Which garden is more important than today's garden? Honorable colleagues. Let us face the reality. Let us stop fooling our government brothers and sisters. We need to have this country at heart. If I am the president today, some of the cabinet ministers, honestly speaking, I will give them better. Of course, I have my darling among the ministers. In fact, I am committed. I will, of course, not mention me. But no, I will not mention me. I am committed. Honorable Speaker, The president spoke about the provision of fertilizers to the farmers as well as mechanized farming. It's a very good move. Provided that promise is going to be fulfilled. This is what we would love to have. I can remember last year, my own people were giving donkeys. So if my people are out of place donkeys with money farming machines, I think it's a welcoming new source. But Honorable Speaker, I would love to ask Honorable Vice President, how soon are we going to have access to these things which are promised to governments by this excellent president? How soon? Rainy season is just at the corner. Governments were crying of high price of fertilizer last year. And the expectation is that there is not a reduction on the price of fertilizer this year. Yet we are yet to see any news from agriculture ministry concerning the reduction of fertilizer. That's my nature. I'll shout. That's my nature. Many Nostalgians, if they don't want to hear, they can put something in their ears. Honorable Speaker, I am challenging the Honorable Minister of Agriculture to do something for our poor farmers rather than attending meetings that are not to the best interest of our agriculture. Of course, we are all politicians. We did politics before. But politics to me should be of the field of class now because only the electoral cycle has been completed now. Let him come and tell government farmers what he has for them in the pipeline. This is what we know we need from that minister. I will not blame everybody under the minister. We are good people under the minister. There are people who are working under the minister. You cannot blame everybody in that minister. If I am to blame someone, because the moment this is rotting, the whole body is going to be rotting. I think the head has a problem. The head of that minister. Honorable Speaker, coming to the employment, which was of course being emphasized by the President during his honors. The President declared that his government desired to address the plight of young people in this country. And he promised that he is going to create no less than 150,000 jobs within the space of 5 years. He said, welcome this, if it is feasible. If it is feasible. Honorable Speaker, this is a question which is directed to the Vice President, Honorable Vice President. Honorable Vice President, I want you to tell me ways and means of creating 150,000 jobs within the space of 5 years. When we are relying our development on loans, grants, and what else? How would I put it? Especially loans. I think it is high time for all of us to believe in ourselves. If you come to the issue of health, the President did mention that now they are going to build hospitals and other health facilities around the country. It's a good community. But my plea is we have structures in this country. Hospitals and health centers, we have structures. Why can't we equip those structures for the immediate need of government? Governments are suffering when it comes to health. To have access to good health facilities, we are suffering. Simple testing machines are not in our health, are not in our hospitals, neither health centers. It was only 3 years ago, a relative of mine was directed to Muhammad for simple testing by a certain government. Is that what he disaster? Simple testing machine. And yet still we have big heart to say we are going to construct this, we are going to construct. Why can't we, of course, equip the only people we have? Honorable Speaker, I think this is the trend in which the government should take, because we are faced with what? Limited resources. when it comes to finance. If you are faced with limited resources when it comes to finance, you have to prioritize things. We arrange our needs according to importance, how important they are. The issue of health is paramount in this country. Honestly speaking, if you are sick and you don't have money in this country, if you want to rely on our health sector, I don't mean private, maybe private, if you pay money, you have no proper treatment. But government owned, honestly, you meet your debt and that is economic. Another speaker, coming to the issue of works, the president, of course, I commend the government for constructing roads, especially in the provinces. I really commend them for that. Government is a welcoming idea, welcoming news. I really commend the government for that. But in his speech, the president said, the ongoing road construction from Kerawang to Jawara is almost completed, 90% complete. I went to that place. I came there and paid for it. I don't know who must have given that information to the president. The guy who gave that information to the president must have misled the president. The reality on the ground and what was said there by the president are two different things. It is simple. I think it's high time for the public heads to tell the president what is happening in this country. Because I know the president will not have time to go over this. He has left enough at that age. The letter should inform him accurately. So, Honorable Speaker, like I said before, what was said here and the reality and what is on the ground are two different things. I am urging, I appeal to the President to, of course, try and, of course, let's give them so that they can give you more accurate information. When it comes to issues like this. On that note, I will not take no decision. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Member, for law. I now give the floor to the member for closing.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I also join my colleagues, the Vice President, and also very big thank you to the President for fulfilling constitutional mandate on Thursday. Honorable Speaker, today is the day. Those people are complaining that you should look at the time and see to reduce it to make sure that you either go home early or you finish early. Yes, it's important. We have not had to, we have part about today, so let's see what we have to together and at least give us something to know. Honorable Speaker, let's start from the House here. Our responsibility, among our responsibilities are oversight functions. Are we doing our oversight functions right? Yes, we blame, but we also blame ourselves. If things are not right, we should make things right. We should force people to make it right. Yes, we want to send ministries to suffer. Will that solve the problem? No. By putting our oversight functions on them, and they know what they are doing is not right, then they will be right. So let's try to do our oversight functions. Or we ask our refugees to come here and ask us whether we are doing our oversight functions. Honorable Speaker, coming to the Ministry of Finance, yes, Gambia imports a lot. Most of money side by using money. Foreign currency. By the Honorable Speaker, the Minister of Finance and the Vice President of Canada, and specifically the Central Bank, discuss and look at the foreign currency. You cannot impose on the commercial bank to say, this is the rate that you should sell. Yes, they accept to sell with that rate, while the other price stores are selling more than the commercial banks. Where is the control? Where is the control? Then you still feel about another problem. I'm not saying no to price stores, but if you are controlling down there, you should put it down. At least everything becomes one. But if you are at the bank of Harry, the first one is Ahari, then who is going to the bank? If I have to go and sell my dollar, I better go and sell to the first one and the bank. Then the next thing is the problem. So I think Honorable Minister and the Vice President, we should see with the Central Bank to see how we can regulate that. Well, it's very, very important. If this will happen, it will come down to the price level. Yes, we always talk about China. And I'm always proud about China because I'm just from China. And I see where they are doing things and they are right. If you have no foreign currency, you go to anywhere to see a foreign currency. No. Even if you are buying it, has to go to the bank and change it at the bank. Then there is a control. The bank controls everything. Why don't we have it? Every country like that. Let's control the forex bureaus and then work in line with the banks. The only import that we do them is to go back to the forex bureau. I think that will help. At least to stabilize the foreign currency. Honorable Speaker, we always talk about Ukraine, Russia, and then COVID-19. The same China, where I started, COVID-19. When I went there, I asked a question, after COVID-19, what was the impact on the Chinese people? They did not feel it. Because everything was okay with them. So I think we have to move ahead from Russia-Ukraine war and then think of how best we can get our own case in the Gambia so that tomorrow it won't happen. So, Honorable Minister of Finance, I know you are doing a very good job, but you need to not enough. You always set targets for GRA to say we need this thing this year. So you only stop at GRA. So you only stop at GRA to say we need 3 billion, 10 billion every month. I think it must keep it down. After oversight concern. Honorable Vice President, I think it's important to engage your ministers and set targets for them too. For the first one, that is what I want to happen. And I want to see it happening. We also set targets for you and the President. That is what we want. By setting those targets, we'll change this country. But we only put it only at one side at GRA. Then GRA also doing back to us. Assist it. Because if they overcheck at the court, overcheck on their tax, and it comes back to us. So if amount you have, you give it back to GRA. So I think it's very important for us to look at those areas. Coming to the Ministry of Agriculture, which everybody talks about. I said here last time when they talked about we need to bring a toy. I think it's important now for the ministry to sit and start asking for information on the Vice President. Engage the Ministry of Agriculture and his team. Tell me it's a concern from the Gambians. We need to know what is the problem. What is upcoming? What is outcome in that ministry? And another day we are nowhere. Why is this happening? What is the problem? Send them the support. Let them stay home in support. Stay home in support, that's not the problem. I will say no. Even if they are here and they are doing what is right, President, no problem. But if you go to Kantora and get the local farmer there and put him as a minister of agriculture to give us what they want. Because they feel the pain. They know what they want. Yes, our parents are here to guide us. And I'm in support of that. They are here to guide us. As parents. Just as you call it here. When we need them, we can advise us. But after advising us, hope they are doing what is right. Honorable Vice President, I think we need to continue to do that. We have the river, we have the land. What's our problem? Let's see how we can change this country. And the minister can do it, if they are to do it. Ghana is very small, less than 3 million people in this country. Then what's the problem? Honorable Vice President, please, I think it's important you call them. I also have a question that, when I was going to speak on agriculture, number 6, on the article, number 6, if you permit me to read it, Speaker, there will be incentive-based risk sharing system for agricultural lending. Which group are we targeting? Which group are we targeting? Is it the farmers in Sami, or are these people coming from outside who are there to invest in agriculture to be doing money by the bank, or what? I think it is very clear. We need to know who are we targeting. So we are on our local farmers. I think we need to look at it properly, because a farmer in Old Joshua who wants to engage in the farming and then are looking at it not to protect him. You want to impose that on him, he might be a failure based on your family needs around your area. So, Honorable Speaker, I think the minister should look at it properly and see how best they can then help us to make it clear to us what they need, which group are they targeting, so that at the end of the day we know where we are. Honorable Speaker, coming to defense. It's important. As a member of the defense committee, we do go around the cross. We meet people, discuss with them. Government is trying, but what is lacking? What should we do for our men on the ground? How can we help them? They are ready to work. They love the job. But are they having what they want? The big picture. Yes, they bought vehicles for them. The last time somebody mentioned about it here, this one nobody tells me. I saw it in my notifiers. I was in Franklin on Friday. If those vehicles are to be used to transport cement, their lifespan is very short. I saw it. Nobody tells me. Those vehicles are meant for the army to take care of their services. But they are not meant there to transport cement to the Congos. Is that right? It's not right. Until any emergency, when those vehicles are there, it will be there, no problem. We went to Bata the last time. Many were sent to Bandung and they were asked to pay for their own fares because they were not allowed to use those vehicles. Now those vehicles are used to transport cement. Nobody called me or not anybody. I was there on Friday. Sunday morning, I can tell you where the shop is. Next to the GD Bank of Farakil. That's where the cement shop is. That's where they were loading the cement. And they were men in uniform loading those cement. Honorable Vice President, just to be let them reserve those vehicles. As far as we don't have enough, let them reserve those vehicles. If you want to go and buy cement, pay your own tax and go and get those cement from family and give me care. Honorable Speaker, still on the Minister of Defense. Yes, there is a conflict in the Casamance. You know, what should we do as a nation? We are not saying we go for arms to prepare for war. But what is ready? It is enemy as war. We are armed. They are not back here in Bakau. For what? You know that they don't have arms. They are not with them. They are only here in 50, so I know what I'm very old. Why are they kept there in Bakau? For what reason? Give the name, these are our people. They will not fight against us. But they are not there to protect us. If they attack my compound tomorrow, I start blaming them that they are not doing their job when they are armed. It is time now we start working together with them to do the Vice President. Sit them, discuss with them. Look at those arms there. Before anything happens, you talk to them and control it. Minister of Fisheries. I love to talk about this point on the ministry. My men are trying. My civil people are trying in all these tenders. No fish. Currently, They are coming from outside, doing anything that they want in our own government territory, because they have no control. In 2013, 2014, I believe, if I could recall, or 2015, most of our men were, at least 8 boats were cut from Old Joshua. For what? The size of the net that they were using, they were cut and they were charged. Before the cut finished, all their boats and machines, nothing, zero. But it's no more happening now. Why? They are coming here, taking those fish and throwing them back to the river. And nothing happens. We lessen them, they are paying us a penny from those places. Those money pockets, what are they meant for? What are we having in store? I think it's what we want to do in this country. This agriculture, this industry needs to be developed. Government should start going to this land area. If you prepare a good land area for them, without giving them foods, giving them the equipment that they should use, it makes no sense. Spending millions for this land center. I don't think it makes no sense. There are young people who want to work, who want to make a decision. But they don't have it. Those being deported are here. They want to go back and do something. Some are somewhere in the field of fishing. And they want to go back and they want to buy OIC or what? What are they doing? OIU and what? What are they doing? For can that get you a boat? No. Let's go and start investing in this sector. The policies are there. There are many policies lying there in the ministry. They are not getting it out. Why? And there are a lot of money lying in the ministry up till now. Let's please. Honorable Speaker, I think you should go down with Honorable Vice President. If Honorable Jamile is good in what he is doing, in a ministry and a modern setting, and he's moving the ministry before moving him somewhere, see how best you can maintain him there. The movement of this modern city also might create problems. Some have the history of those ministries. So moving the other city problems, let's maintain them. There was one modern city, it's now at your office. Is it Jiva? We want to be the Ministry of Physics. He is no more there. And that guy, we were in touch with his people at the grassroots. He was working with them closely. And they realized he was doing things with them because he was pushing the industry at a very high level. But he's no more there. Where is he now? At the president's office. I didn't know it. That he was faithful. It's important to move, but when you are moving, move to balance to the right place. Honorable Speaker, the Minister of Basic Health and Education, yes, you blame government, we blame ministry, but I just think we have to see it together. What are we doing as parents? What are we doing as parents to change what is happening? If the resources are bad, if government contributes, also contributed as families, as parents. Who among us here for you to get your boy or guy child into school to know what he is doing? Who is here? Who among us here will sit a day and ask your child to bring his books and look at what he is doing at school? It's very rare. Even your child having a problem in class to ask you happy, you think that you are tired. Give it to your mother. Why say I will move to the mother? If the mother is not engaged. It's not happening. You are wanted our kids from school. I wanted at the school level. This academic is after ourselves. Yes, government has a role to play. But if they are educating the teachers, giving them what they want, and it's still lacking, because yes, I still complain. But how about the child in the house? Please, when we prepare to go to class, it's only 4 or 8 hours with the teacher. How many hours are they spending on us as parents? That's the issue we need to share together. Another speaker, I think they have built structures for both junior and senior school in the country. But there are some people that are lacking in those structures. I don't know why. The financial aspect of it, there are systems of contracts who don't deliver up till now. What are they making? And the contract are past expiring state. And community higher education also, we have a note here for the University of the Gambia on what furnitures. How far have they gone with those furnitures? You know. Because you cannot do things without also putting the record straight. Honorable Speaker, coming to the Ministry of Interior, the President made some mention of the rate of crime reduction in this country. By who? By the security force. That's the police per se, and other people around the area. But is that enough? Our men are crying down there. Our brothers and sisters are in uniform. Are they having nothing wrong? What is government trying to do for them? Their business more. They are not in anything. You should start looking at those questions and see how they can solve them. You don't hear complaining all the time and you're not going to solutions. Let's look at solutions to see how we can bring those problems out. These are very key issues that we need to look at properly. Let's stand together as a team and help this country because it's ours. Our men are in uniform. Our men in uniform is to be taken care of. Honorable Speaker, Committee Ministry of Land. In this fellowship, there are practice for land issues. Honorable Speaker, there are many land districts in this country. Turn of Farato area. Farato area.
Information, please. Yeah, it's for you to allow the members. If you don't allow.
Thank you very much for allowing me. But then I'm making a appeal that let's look through the documents. Look at the points stated. Once we agree, proper solution, make it. When we want to talk generally, every sector, we not finish discussion there. It's like going to argument debates. Look at the policy documentation, decide the pro and cons in front of it. We want to talk now, like every sector, everything, we don't have it. Exactly. Argument debate and debate on the speech. Please. Thank you.
I think I give you the floor to observe me, but I think majority that many minutes I have given you the floor, but I need to watch. The guy from Jana will say no. I don't think I'm out of touch. No, it's very simple. It's about the president's speech, and I'm talking about on Ministry A, B, C, and D. And I don't make debate, that's fine, but here, please, coming to the Ministry of Land, as I said, the Ministry of Police that they are prepared to guide the land issues in this country. I think it's high time for those forces to be brought in at the center, so that we can act immediately. Because we have a lot of land to speak in this country. And in many areas, if you go to Fargo currently now, the other things that are happening there, people have been living in those compounds for years, and now they are entering into their compound and dividing into two forcefully. From different owners, claiming ownership. When you have been there for years, now people are going there, they're using their compound to scientists. So when anything happens, Vice President, I think it's important to engage with the minister to go to the ground and what is happening. Honorable Speaker, tourism and culture. Yes, when we talk about the tourist at the airport, in that regulation is disturbing the sector. But I think also these are two things that we need to look at properly. Always concentrate. You understand me?
Please, Honorable Member. Please.
We have.
No, I had you one more. I was trying.
Mention me.
Yeah, please, no. When I do your attention, you thought of the stuff in you.
I'm not talking about you. I don't worry about them. I won't worry about them.
I want them to.
Don't worry about them. Let them continue.
When I'm speaking, please sit down, Honorable Member. Yes, please. Honorable Member, Please let's allow him to put forward his contributions and points. So when you have your time, you can also do yours. Thank you. I remember you not proceed.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Minister of Tourism. Our constitutions are always on the tourist aspect of it. For culture, I only have people that I mentioned mostly on music and politics. Forget about our heritage, our culture. Why are we called Zambians and why are we considered among the us? And also use China as an example. And when they are doing our capacity building, they are top of their culture. They don't talk about their culture. And this is why they are where they are today. Because they respect it and they hold it very tight. So the ministry should start working very hard to bring those things back to this country so that we at least know where they come from. Because by knowing that we will have lots of other. Because all this time is we don't love each other. We don't care about each other. We don't care about politics, APRC, UDP, NPP. And then we don't develop this country. We must put those things aside and sit down there first. So that's why I talk about this cultural issue. Let's bring those things and make them something very important. The River Gambia is here. What are they doing? It can bring a lot of quality in this country. What is the ministry doing on those things? What is the ministry doing on those things? What do we have here today to show people, to show tourists when they come here? What do you have to show them? Yes, island. A few things like that on our beach. Or the Nyambri. We have politics there within the river. Let's take them there and they're in this country. On the health issue, on the speaker, I might ask the vice president because about this happy issue. I had an name but one Indian guy that the company in India was closed but now reopened. But they are sitting the blame back to us as Gambia to say the actions that the Gambia we are using, we are overdosing our kids. We will use it to overdose our kids. So I want to confirm from you whether that's it. Is it right or wrong? Because I had a very big argument with them. But they say that company is self-operating. And when WHO went through the medication that was sent to Gambia was fine, they were so correct. But the problem we had was we were overdosing of it. Those young kids are being overdosed. So I want that to be properly checked, engage them, and know where the problem lies. Honorable Speaker, to come to my last point, that's the end point of the question speech. That's we must talk about politics and come together. Which I agree. We must come together and sit down here. Yes, politics is a continuation. Everything is doing politics. But to be politics, whilst there are many responsibilities lying in front of us, should we argue unnecessary? Should we fight without no cost? When we Gambia develop, when families are led by people, let's be often go and build. But if you lay a foundation, I say that foundation is strong. I want to say our foundation, Gambia will come develop. We must accept each other. See each other as one family. We are from the same country. Colors are only based on one day thing. Today's election, you have 3 or 4 boxes with different colors. But at home, there is no color at home. When you have different families from the same one and father share different political views. So let's start thinking about Gambia and seeing Gambia. Gambia is our home land. Nobody will come at the president said. If things are not going right, we say they are not going right. When they are going right, we come to and say, well, keep it up. But it's high time now for the president to take the guana and start with it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member, for those Excellency, Mr. Vice President. He asked very technical questions and some of those questions are specific to sectors, which of course we need all the definitions to guide you. That's all the reason why you need to think all of it. I now give the floor to the member for Senate. Yes.
Yes, before that, I think. Sorry, thank you very much. It's my suggestion. Before going further, we are almost halfway, very close to 6 o'clock, and I'm just putting if we could end of session at 6 o'clock and come back another day. Because it's the way some of the members are taking it, they cannot finish. Thank you.
I am not sure whether there was a motion or a suggestion. That was a suggestion. If you give me a motion, can you move the motion? I don't know. Can any other member move the motion for us to either majority leader, minority leader?
Honorable Chair, Speaker, I want to move a motion.
Majority leader.
I want to move a motion.
Yeah, I'm not doing it. Yes, majority leader member for council. Go ahead.
I want to move a motion for us to adjourn, to sit beyond 6, but then also close at 8 to close by 8. Reason being, Assembly has already procured dinner for the Parliament. If you close by 6, you go, it might be waste of resources. So we appeal to stay for extra 2 hours, close by 8, have dinner and come back tomorrow, please.
No, you cannot put a counter motion when the motion has not even been seconded. Any seconder? The member for willing.
Honorable Speaker, I ask you second the motion that we sit up to 8 o'clock so that tomorrow we can finish early.
It has been moved. I'm putting the question. Please, Deputy Majority Leader, I'm putting the question. It has been moved and seconded that this assembly sit beyond 6 o'clock up to 8 o'clock in the evening. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. That is aye. Assembly will sit up to 8 p.m. Now, the member for Senate.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for giving me the floor. I want to thank the ministers here present, plus the Vice President. Thank you very much. I want to thank the President for fulfilling the Constitution. That is, every year once we come and address the Assembly. So, Honorable Speaker, I wanted to start with the concluding remark, where the President was talking about peace and unity. Honorable Speaker, as the Honorable Member for Namina Down always said, this Assembly, it is the Assembly where the country is money and where it can also put into problem. Honorable Speaker, yes, we once stated here. Honorable Speaker, according to the President's speech, we talk more of unity. And how can we have unity among ourselves? We must respect each other. As a National Assembly, we must respect each other. Honorable Speaker, I was definitely surprised when I came up with
an audio from a National Assembly member against development going to my own constituency. I was surprised when I heard that audio. Started saying, mentioning Blaise Compaoré. Simon, mentioning Blaise is all about unity. And that's what the president is talking about. How can we have unity? And if you look at section 1112, we are all servants. And the president made it in his speech, regardless of where you come from, which party you are. We all belong to Gambia. This resource belongs to all of us. And it's a segregation, discrimination. If you look at the Constitution, it is discrimination to say that yes, because somebody is in another party, so he or she should not have this. I was surprised. I think this honorable member will Upper Flavin West. I made it Upper Flavin West. It's clear.
I remember. Remember, I am a bit confused. I'm not sure. I don't think we've given him the floor before, so why don't we concentrate on Comprehend yourself. Thank you very much. Honorable Speaker, we are talking about peace. How can we have peace? And this guy is trying to bring discrimination. We can bring peace among ourselves. And it is in the State of Nation address. This president himself made it clear. So if you tell me I'm out of order, definitely I'm surprised. So I think this honorable member of Flavin West, he has to apologize to the people of Sali. He has to apologize to them and withdraw. Thank you. Honorable Speaker, I first want to go straight to agriculture. The importance of agriculture. Honorable member Kostana.
Yes.
You see, that's why I tell you you are out of order. Now you are confirming that by saying you will force on your contribution go to agriculture. That's when you are out of order.
No. I'm not out of order. That's a concluding remark. I'm not out of order. Then I was just looking at the concluding remark, and even the president himself, he started the sectors after he said the concluding remark. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I know you are just trying to pull my leg. Okay. Honorable Speaker, as I put it, I said I want to look at agriculture. Agriculture is a very important aspect in our life. We all know in those days, Honorable Speaker, we don't cry of food. We don't cry of food. Simply because we concentrated more on agriculture. But now, with a lot of technicians in agriculture, they should be able to inform us now. With climate change, they should be able to inform us which kind of crop, if we grow, we will have more for others. But since everybody is crying, food. And Honorable Speaker, if you look at the report, and I always used to say, Honorable Speaker, agriculture is crops and animals. I always used to say. But if you look at the crops, there is nothing mentioned about livestock sector. nothing mentioned about livestock sector. And there are projects about small ruminants and other projects. We would like to see the level of those projects in the agricultural sector. Because in those projects, we were told that they are going to provide drinking points for our animals. So we would like to see at least which communities they have provided those drinking points. But those things are not put up in the report. Honorable Speaker and Vice President, and I always used to say what I'm suggesting, and we all start thinking about it. You start discussing it at the executive stage. Let's try and separate livestock and crops. Let's separate them. If not, we will not go anywhere. We will not go anywhere. Because if the agricultural sector only concentrate on crops and forget about animals, and some people they only concentrate on animals, and you leave the animals. What about if there is no bumper harvest and all the animals die? What will happen? We will suffer. We will suffer. So these things they go hand in hand. So you see, it's better we think of livestock sector for them to have their own ministry. Honorable Speaker, defense. In the report, we said it is stated that they have provided vehicles for the daily operation, especially villages along the borders, which is of important because if we look at especially villages that are along the borders, like they come at Lamenpoto, they should have a mobility whereby if they are called upon, if there is an incident somewhere else, because most of the villages along that side are at the border end. But if there is no mobility, they find themselves in a serious situation. So to provide them mobility, I think that's a very good move. And I think they should have it. Fisheries and water resource. Honorable Speaker, in the report, we are also told that this sector have provided clean and drinking water for certain communities. But what we want to see in the report is, let's say, if you say 80,000 people or 80,000 people, we would like to see how many communities, but region have these facilities, these drinking water. How many communities are there? That makes it very easy to track, to see which village have from this project and which village did not have. That makes it very easy. Honorable Speaker, basic and secondary education, yes, they have done a great job. And even in the report, it is mentioned that with regard to the teachers' accommodation, yes, our partners, MRC Foreign Foundation, they are doing a lot. But still, when we went to look at some of these schools, we found out that there are still gaps. There are still gaps that need to be filled. And in the report, they told us that yes, they are trying to take care of those things. I think they should try to prioritize those schools that are definitely in need of staff accommodation. I know now, currently, schools that are already constructing, they go line with the teachers' accommodation. It is those old schools that are still suffering of teachers' accommodation. But the current schools that they build,
it goes with the teachers' accommodation. Honorable Speaker, higher education, research, science, and technology. Honorable Speaker, there was a time, and I always put it, if we look at the whole Gambia, the whole region, it is only Sierra Leone that did not have the skill training center. It's only Sierra Leone. But thank you very much for providing. They have made the foundation stone, a skill training center at Washington. But we would like to see that one also, that in the report, at what stage? Because they have made the foundation stone at the skill training center in Washington. So if you said that you have made the foundation stone, and that was sometime, so now you should indicate the level of implementation of that skill training center. Is it? Honorable Speaker, transport, yes. As I said it. Level Photo Fatima. That project was Madrid project. Yes, Level Photo Fatima. It was his project. We call it a state. That was his project. So thanks to the current government that completed the project. They are the ones who completed it now. But I could remember before January go, these people mobilized, start planning the place. I saw it. The work has started. So that was his project. So now they have also inaugurated electricity inside. Just some months back. That also is a great achievement. Yes, we appreciate it. And still there are more places, Honorable Speaker, that did not have electricity. So, I'm appealing to the government. It's about electricity. Electricity is mentioned. No. Electricity is mentioned. Please. About just allow me to learn. The electricity by 2025, by 2025, the government said all the places will have electricity. That's what they said. Yes. Please. No.
I remember. Don't address me. Just continue. Ignore him. Please.
Well, thank you. So thank you very much, Vice President, for that. We still look forward so that the remaining places that did not have, let them also have, as the others say, for me. No, I don't know this. I'm thanking the government. I'm also expressing my ONC. So now, I for one, I will never, ever, either you are in my party or you are not in my party, I'm there for everybody. So that's why I'm surprised when I hear from this upper platforms to mention that. I'm not surprised. I'm surprised. I think we need to a brain for such people so that they know how to address when they are in certain gathering. Because some people are carried away. When they see a lot of people, they are carried away. They don't know what should I say and what should not I say. You see, it's a problem. Honorable Speaker, health. We all know the health sector. They are trying, but still there are still gaps in the health sector. And Honorable Speaker, you know, you and I know, we are all from the Sierra, and it is the president made it in his speech that they want to construct 5 standard hospital. And that one also, Honorable Speaker, Honorable Minister, and Vice President, if you look at it, you know, it's not part of lobbying. You know, you look at the priority area. You look at the priority area, when things come, look at others that need. The whole Sierra North, there is no hospital. So I think among these five, we should have one. At the center. At the center. Yes. We should have one. Because look at the one in Bansa. What is there? Crossing. Wherever there is crossing from the speaker, you are in trouble. Huh? No, I'm not looking. Honorable Speaker, I think we should have it. Sierra North should have it. Honorable Speaker, if you look at transport, one thing that I did not see there is the ferry. The issue of ferries is a concern. These ferries are not in good form. As I am speaking, since colonial time, the crossing point at Bansa, they are full. There was a time they brought ferry there, but because of, I don't know, politics, when it is about politics, they brought a new ferry there. After a time, they moved it. Now we don't see. We are still moving, pulling the ferry. So please, I think we also, move from this thing now. We should also have a new ferry now, in order to ease the movement. Honorable Speaker, Interior, in this speech, the President himself expressed the ministry that the cases, the number of cases in the Gambia has reduced. So he expressed them. But now, Honorable Speaker, when you go to some police station, you wonder if you go and visit them, where they are staying. It's terrible. So it's very, very terrible. I think their condition also, we need to look at. I always want to take examples, so that if I say example, you will say, yes, it's something true. Like Karantaba, go to Karantaba police station. You see where they are staying. It's terrible, Honorable Speaker. People are men, we have to prioritize. We look at others that they need. Here, even when there is a problem, you can easily have people here. But those at the booths, they cannot have people. When there are cases there, so the government need to prioritize those areas. Because the people are many here. But at the rural areas, there is no people. When there are cases there, sometimes if they inform them before they come, those will disappear. They will disappear. Thank you very much. Honorable Speaker, judiciary, other tax, said here. That also is the national argument. Because anything, ministers, their role is to bring it here. The draft constitution area, how many millions was spent on that draft? It's gone. So everything has a time. When they are bringing the constitution, the draft one, let them bring it right now. If they wait until election, it will fail. Yes, it will fail. It will fail. It will fail. Let them bring it now, so that we can start sensitizing each other on it and look at the ones that are interest to the people. We can look at those ones. But if we wait until at the tail end, you bring it, we waste resources. Before we do that, let them, look at our health sector, our educational sector, and put something. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Speaker, for giving me. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Member Kosrani, and congratulations. I saw some of those villages. Member Kosrani, congratulations. I saw those start with electricity. That's amazing. Yes, we pray for more. I wish that all your villages electrified. Thank you. I now invite the member for Kumukunda.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Honorable Vice President, we want to thank you and also thank the President for this mandate and all the ministers present here. I think the Shona was very important in a sense between all sectors of the government, their current status and what they intend to do and what they want to do, so that at least we can know what to do. So this is why today we are here to give our contribution. One of the things that I was expecting from the President, which he said, and as leaders, and this is what we are expected to do. If you want to really serve the people and you at least achieve your development goal, one thing that we need to focus is about unity. And we make that in his conclusive remark. And that one, in fact, that's us as parliamentarians. He said, Honorable members, while discharging your duties, I urge you to dialogue and initiate bipartisan collaboration in a positive democratic manner. Page 55. I think this is very important. And he also mentioned politically on page 54. Like all other nations, we have our share of global concern over internal security, crime, living costs, stability, employment, public service, and productivity. Nevertheless, the critical factors that threaten peace and development most is unity. As I always observe, as he said, Honorable Speaker, we may belong to different political parties, religious faith, and other social groups, but we must unite as a nation to realize our national target. Here, he is not only referring to politicians like us, but he is referring to all stakeholders, be it religious faith, be it civil society organizations, so that we can come on board, join hands together to develop our country, which I think all of us, representing our people from our various constituencies, I think we all want to unite our people, talk to our people so that they can all come together to develop your constituency. And all of us here, we all want to develop in our various constituencies. The only way we can do that is it has to start from here. You see, the National Assembly is very important. People need to see our oneness first, so that the executive, the judiciary, and the outside, the citizens, can definitely respect us. We can only do that based on that bipartisan politics. Whenever there is issue, let's just try to address it based on what is right. What is not right, we forget about it. So for that being the case, when we come to Minister of Transport, Works and Infrastructure, he mentioned a lot of road projects, which is very, very, very commendable. And I think most of the communities within our KMC region, we are benefiting from this OIC project. So we appreciate it, and we must thank the government for bringing such a project, but equally because we are here just to add value to whatever sector we mention based on what they are doing. The projects are ongoing, but what we learn, because as a National Assembly member, yes, we should perform oversight functions, but equally in our various constituencies also, if there is any government project or anything that has to do with the aspiration of our people, we must try to bring it out. So some of the projects that are ongoing, example, our own Kunu highway, there is a delay, and not only Kunu highway, but most of the road, especially the OIC project. So I think the Minister of Works should start. In fact, based on the new roads that are coming, to identify some of these road contractors, whether they have the capacity to be able to at least fast track some of these projects. Because it's always difficult for people to understand whenever we bring projects in their community. They will be very happy and they will be very happy with the government. But at the end of the day, sometimes, I don't know for what reason, whether it is on the side of the government or on the side of the contractor. But sometimes, based on the current state of our road, the way and the manner it is, people are not much happy about it. And in fact, the way and the manner it is right now, if it rains, I am foreseeing disaster. This is the second time I'm mentioning it. And I think the minister should come on board. You know, sometimes it's important. Even though there is a project, it's always good to communicate. If you bring a project in my community, if there is any issue concerning about the project, there are stakeholders in the community. Call them, bring them on board, communicate with them, so that they can also know what is the problem, and they can get back to the people and sensitize them for them to understand what is really happening. But if you bring a project and the project is slow, sometimes, you know, it keeps the focus. So, Honorable Speaker, on the side of Minister of Office of the Vice President, the National Disaster Management Agency, as he mentioned, last year there was a flood, and the late Vice President made his show messages, went round, and the President himself went round to see affected areas. So I think it's high time the NDMA, you know, to start getting themselves proactive. You know, you cannot just wait for, you know, a flood happen for the whole year, you don't even, you know, come up with any temporary solution. Then you wait till the other rainy season. The same thing happens, you start giving them rice. And sometimes this rice food ration they are giving is very good. But at the end of the day, sometimes people like us, the parliamentarian and the councillors, sometimes it gives them problem because at the end of the day, it's based on tier basis. Sometimes the amount of food ration that normally comes doesn't reach to the direct beneficiaries. When I say direct beneficiaries, like the number of beneficiaries that are affected. So sometimes it normally brings some kind of misunderstanding between the community and the elected officials. So I think the national disaster, they should start working on, like when you know there is a flood in this area, come to the ground, see the stakeholders, discuss with them, and also not only parliamentarian, but like the area councils are there. They can always collaborate to at least mitigate some of those issues. So because we know last year there were so many areas affected. But after the movement of the Vice President, from there was a food ration which was very, very welcoming. But from there was no action. Because there are certain areas you just need to take the grader and try to do some work there so that at least you can mitigate the area. So for me actually this is not an adjournment debate. Already as a community we already have an initiative, and if we have the support from the NDMA, we will at least do something before the rainy season, which we already started yesterday.
Honorable Speaker, on the side of the Minister of Trade, yes, they mentioned 150,000 jobs in 5 years. Yes, it's possible. Because it's not only the sector that we are looking at. If we really want to achieve this, meaning most of the government sectors, we really need to, they need to improve their standards. Like agriculture, we're talking about agriculture, and it's rather unfortunate. Most of the members definitely don't have a hope in agriculture. And in fact, to me also, I think even taking them to support, that's not the solution. The solution is whether you are there or not, just take your responsibility and know what you're supposed to do and do it. Because at the end of the day, we said we have a lot of doctors there who are well educated, and the ordinary them are depending on them. So if they cannot solve that sector, it's always a problem. Because the reason why I don't even talk about it, when I went to that Haripata during my field trip, I was surprised because I never went there, but I saw the potentials that could be, we can explore so that at least we can have food self-sufficiency. So I don't know for what reason why we are not doing that. And luckily also we have fresh water. So this is something that I think the agricultural sector, they just need to try, because the reason why we are complaining, because agriculture feeds us. Whatever we get, most of the time, if you look at it, is from the agricultural sector. So if we cannot feed ourselves, it's going to be very difficult for even to have basic communities too. Because most of these communities like rice, oil and other stuff, we are importing it into the country. So sometimes the market price, the international market price, may determine the price, the local price here. So this is why for us to have cheap, maybe prices on the basic commodities like rice, we really need to invest a lot in the agricultural sector. So on the side of the youth and sports, the 150,000, the Minister of Youth and Sport also, they have a stake, a role to play in that. Because sometimes when we talk about youth, we are not talking only about the elite, but we are talking about, we should talk about these ghetto boys. They are equally very important, and sometimes we don't want to consider them part of the society. And most of these people, I can tell you for free, they have potentials. But the only thing that they have is like the support that they need, and sometimes we have to go. So this is why that ministry, they have to be proactive, to be going into the communities, engage potential stakeholders, so that the youth, they can know what is really happening, especially in some of their projects, like the YEP project and other projects that they have. Because sometimes they don't even know and they are not even aware, so that at least they can also grab something from those projects. Honorable Speaker, on the side of health, the Minister of Health, yes, it is stated that 5 state-of-the-art health centers will be built and well equipped. Yes, I think it's important because some members we are saying the existing ones, we can equip them. In fact, that we need to do that earlier before this one. But equally, this other one also is important, and I will also join my honorable colleague for Sami and the CRR, is it not? because I just traveled there and I did my feasibility studies. I think you need a lot from the government and, you know, with this help, this thing you're talking about, I think because that's one of the things that I was asking for. And I think the fact maybe they can bring one in your area to make life easy for those people. Because it's not about you come from Bundu or Dakulo or Banyu. Whatever we do here, we are doing it for the Gambian people. That is the most important thing, whether Bundu benefit or not. But if Sami or any other constituency benefit, we is our own people. So for that being the case, we will encourage the Minister of Health to fast track this project because it will also reduce some burden on some of these other health sector facilities, especially in the Greater Banjul area, because most of the time they travel down to Banjul or any other place. So, Honorable Speaker, on the side of petroleum and energy, it is stated that there is a project on electricity expansion and water expansion on the OIC project. So what I just want to, my take on that is about, yes, the electricity project is doing, and right now we have at least a stable electricity, which we must commend the ministry. But equally, on the side of water, we still have a lot to do as far as the country is concerned. Because when you look at rural Gambia, yes, you may have electricity, but I think water is more important than electricity at this point. Because if you don't do it, you will die. So, and most of the places when you go to them, one thing that they always cry is water, 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 water. So I think it's a right for every single village in the country to have water. So I don't know how Nawek is going to work with the Minister of Water Resources, Fisheries and Water Resources, so that they can come up with a system. You know, a system where at least they can target, you know, villages within a number of years, so that all the villages they can have access to water, because it's very, very important. The reason why I'm saying it, because most of the communities that we deal with, when you ask them what is your priority, they talk about water. And which I think already it is indicated that the government of Japan is supporting, which is very commendable, but at our level also we need to do something. Because some of these loans that we are approving is good. But the most important thing is whatever loan we approve here, let them put it in the good use. And at the same time, because at the end of the day, we are going to pay it. So every single Gambian to realize himself as far as the loans are concerned, the benefit I need. So for that being the case, I encourage the Minister of Petroleum and Energy, because some of the areas in the Greater Banjul area, not only my constituency, but within Greater Banjul area, you don't have water still now. Pressures are low. So with this OIC project, I think they need to fast track the project. And also, because that project also is given to contractors. So I think it's high time government, whenever you are giving project to these people, try to train them, know their capabilities, know their capacity, you know, for them to be able to, you know, at least execute some of these projects. Because I think government is doing its part. That's what I think. And at the same time, the contractors, because sometimes you may go into agreement with them, but at the end of the day, they don't have the capacity. Because the reason why I'm saying that is through our district habit. The contractor, they give the contract. I know he is doing another contract, but I don't think he has the full capacity to be able to execute two projects at the same time. And right now, the way and the manner that growth is,
the minister should come into our community, we discuss and see what we can do together and collaborate. Because for us, we are always ready to collaborate and partner so that we can try to mitigate before the rainy season comes. So, Honorable Speaker, on the side of Minister of Environment, yes, I must commend the Minister and the government of the Gambia for introducing SESETA. It's always very important for us to understand why we are called Gambia. You know, because this sector, people are perceiving it as a political thing. If Honorable Jammeh is a council or a parliamentarian, he just have to mobilize his own people. So other political parties will stay back. It shouldn't be like that. We should all come together and do it. And one thing I observe, that is to the executive, because whenever the president is coming out, everybody wants to come out for you to be seen. I don't think we are not fair to ourselves and we are not doing the right thing. Whenever there is national secretary, be it the president, be it the minister, be it any of us, we should just remain in our communities and do it. You don't need the president to see you. So I'm encouraging everybody, all Gambians, to come on board. We all support this initiative because we're talking about cleanliness and even our two-phase of people. This is what we encourage and this is what we encourage, and I think it's something that we need to at least encourage and we all work towards it. So, Honorable Speaker, on the Minister of Gender, the Women Enterprise Fund, definitely I must commend the government and the ministry for coming up with the initiative. And I understand the first phase is finished, or they are coming to introduce another phase with the same arrangement according to the document. So which I must comment because there are so many women who benefited, and definitely today some of those women, today you can see them doing their small scale business, which definitely has really added something in their lives. So one thing that I just want to appeal here is like whatever we are doing as far as that project is concerned, that Women Enterprise Fund is concerned, this political thing we need to remove it there. Because the first phase was we normally channel through the councils. So I'm appealing to all the area councils to ensure that like, if they bring it through them and the councillors let them try and engage their community women groups, regardless of which political party they belong to, so that they can benefit. So this is very important, and definitely this is the only thing that you can give to the women, especially our women groups that are within the especially our PNG area, because for us we don't have that much garden and farming, but we are very good in city trading. So, Honorable Speaker, on the side of higher education, yes, there is in line page number 24. In line with the new focus on Tibet through the strategic plan 2021-2025, and in collaboration with its partners, the ministry is expanding access to Tibet program. This is very important. This is also going to be a contributing factor to achieve our 150 jobs. Because if you train these people, they can employ themselves and employ others.
So which I think we really have to invest more into this because it's more of skills development. And also at the University of the Gambia, yes, we must commend the government of the Gambia for definitely offering scholarship to the students. Definitely because most of our students live in grade 12. Nowadays they want to go to the university. And the only challenge that some of these students normally have, they will have a very good resource, but because of their family background, they don't have access to the university. So I think with the financing, I don't know, something like scholarship, financial assistance, these are Muslim. Basic plan to implement student loan scheme. I think this student loan scheme will definitely affect some of those things, and definitely we must commend the ministry and the government for coming up with that. Because at the end of the day, we are all here to change the life of our people that we represent. Today, if I wish whatever challenge my people are facing, who are faced with, the government just come and settle all that. So by saying that, we must have to learn to appreciate, but also if there is anything that we feel is a gap, we can talk about it and bring solutions. Because it shouldn't just be against policies and whatever, but whatever we do, we should try to talk about it and bring solutions so that we can collaborate to achieve our development goal of the country. Honorable Speaker, on the side of fisheries water resources, last time during our adjournment debate, I was saying that it's high time government of the Gambia also to see how best they can also try to get these fishing trawlers, not to just give it to these foreign trawlers, so that at least it can also generate employment and revenue for the government. And I think right now there are so many youth who are very passionate about this fishing thing. And equally also, one of the members said here that at least we should try to train these people, especially those coming from Brazil, whatever, because of the amount they give them. What government itself needs to come and initiative wherein they can give them some kind of, fishing boat for them to go and do fishing. Because it's always very important that when they come, you try to give them something, whether it's going to be from the other countries where who send them here also. So these are some of the things that are very important. And on the side of Minister of Regional Government, there is a land policy that they are coming up with, which I think will address some of these land disputes. And definitely, that one, in fact, we are encouraging and appealing to the ministry to fast track that so that at least some of these land issues you can have a policy. Because looking at the current status with this real estate thing, so if we are not careful, we may not have land for our future generation. And it's high time we try to think along the line, because a real estate dealer might just go and buy the product and later sell it. So if they buy all the remaining land or whatever, so it's going to be very difficult. And I am appealing to the ministry so that at least they can also try to consider that and bring that one as soon as possible. And actually, in 2022, the local government act was there, but this time around, it was, I didn't see it, but I know hopefully the ministry is working on it, because so that at least if we have that, that will bridge this gap between the local council and the government. Because we must advocate that whatever development we are talking about here, we are doing it, we are saying it, and whatever development we may discuss here, in the end, it has to go to the grassroots level. And this grassroots level, they are represented by their local councils. So this is why I must
talked about it, I must say, with the local government act, when we have it, it will really address some of these issues that are, happening in between the ministry and the local government act. Because we are all one, we are all partners in development, but with the new local government act, it will address. Because right now, most of the councillors are not paid, they are on allowances. And whenever you decide when you serve 1 term, 2 term, or 3 term, you go home with nothing, which I think is not fair for the local councillors and their mayors. Because as National Assembly member, I think when you even serve 1 term, you go home with nothing. So it's good that with this new local government act to come up with this salary scheme so that at least if they serve, they can also realize and get something from the country and the people that they are serving. So on that note, I want to appeal to the ministry to fast track that so that at least the confusion, because the little advice that I have with the local council and the ministry, you don't have to be competing or be trying to go this way, this one go this way. We have partners. We have to work together, at least, because as National Assembly members, we all have our councillors, and we must work with our councillors, whether you like it or not, even though you don't belong to the same political party. Because if you fail to do that, then you are telling the people of your constituency. So in doing that, we must have to support each other, work together to achieve our goal. So on that note, I want to thank Honorable Speaker for giving me the floor, and thank you very much, Honorable Minister, Vice President, for your time. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Member for Puno Kapuna. I now give the floor to the Member of Brikama South.
Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker. First of all, I want to thank the President for fulfilling his constitutional mandate. And this time, interestingly, he has hit to our advice, bringing the State of the Nation address in June. And we still further want to appeal if we can do it during the first quarter of the fiscal year. I think that will really play a key role. So we definitely thank him. And I equally want to thank His Excellency, the Vice President that is seated before us here, to attend the debate on the State of the Nation address. Honorable Speaker, it is very important for us to have a reflection about the statement. One thing I just want to inquire from the Vice President whether there is a format in giving the State of the Nation address from the different MDAs. I think the State of the Nation address comprises of submission from the ministries, department, and the agencies that are submitted, whether there is a standard format. Because sometimes if you look at some of the submissions from different ministries and actually what is happening, there is a huge disparity. But I want to start with the Minister of Finance, and the Finance Minister is here. It's very interesting, and I'm very much happy he is around. By looking at the statement from the submission from the Ministry of Finance, especially the 4th paragraph, where they're talking about the comparison of revenue between 2022 and 2023 fiscal year, where there was an increment of 5% and 20% respectively from domestic tax and custom and excise tax. That has been increased from 2022 to 2023. I definitely want to put the attention of the Minister here, the disparity gap between the source of income and cost of living, which is a serious problem currently. And with this increment, I just want to inquire from the minister whether it's going to attract the increment of prices of our basic commodities. The government people are really affected and we are constrained. And we have to work on how do we bridge the disparity down between the source of income and cost of living. It's very hard. Going forward, Honorable Minister, I was expecting an implementation report of the 2023 budget. Like we are almost into halfway, when in June. How much was attained from the revenue component, the tax and non-tax revenue? That stands at 16.8 billion. How much was attained from the tax revenue and the non-tax revenue? 13.9 and 2.9 respectively. Also, the project and the program grant, that's at 14 billion. How much do we attain? And below the line item, the budget deficit, that is going to be financed to domestic borrowing and foreign amortization. How will this also attain? So that we can know the predictability of the realistic nature of the 2023 budget. Because one important thing, I know every ministry are sending a request on monthly submission that will disburse to this ministry. Sometimes ministers will be expecting this one, this is what we want to implement. Do we attain the actual form in order for them to get and implement? So that is why we need to know. It's very, very important for us to appraise if there are doubts. How can we improve upon this? And this needs to be known to the public through the National Assembly. The other issue I want to talk about, we have just passed the state-owned enterprise that is already ascended by the President. What is the status of this particular commission that will be established? I know we expect a special roadmap with regards to the appointment of this commission. What stage? Because we need to be informed so that they can start working on this state-owned enterprise. And there is another area where the President emphatically made it very clear that he has signed a performance contract with DPA, DNPC, and Social Security. And is expecting another signing contract with DIA, DPC, BBC, and governments. These are very important. And I know the Directorate of the State-owned enterprise is under the Ministry of Finance. We need to be very sure that these state-owned enterprises can be paid dividend. And most of them, we know their conditions. It's important. Thank God 2023 budget, there's 360 million that is coming as a dividend. But primarily, 250 is coming from Central Bank and 60 from 100 million from UBA and 60 from DLPC. So we want signing this performance contract. Let also there be the issue of dividend policy need to be known so that we can have it together. So that these taxing state-owned enterprises can be paid dividend, not the consolidated fund for the citizenry to use. So those are the things that I need some clarification with regards to the Ministry of Finance. One, the implementation report. Two, the dividend policy and how much is attained in the budget execution. Two. Going forward, Honorable Speaker, most people spoke about the agricultural subsector, and I want to believe this is the only way out. Before, on annual basis, we keep on blaming Russia, Ukraine, and COVID when we have our own solution on our hand and we are throwing it. I think agriculture, I don't believe in the staff of agriculture, and even the highly qualified staff we're talking about. Agriculture needs a national council, and the political will has to be there. We have to understand the minister who is a policy advisor to the president is appointed by the president. you will last really without any control. And you have the permanent secretary that is also appointed in consultation with the PSC. If there are legislative gaps, can we work on these issues to make sure that agri serves us the way we want? The only country we have that is completely flat from Khartoum up to the Tel and Faro, 11,295 square kilometers. And currently, we have already approved the loan agreement for the soil fertility market. That will give us an idea of the nutrient content of our various soil. Which crop can be better in URA, which can be better in Sierra and West Coast. This is very, very important. And in this loan, there is going to be an art of state facility where soil sampling will be done to testing, rather than going to Senegal and outside the country. If we are doing this thing, I think there is a need. We've been saying over and over. The government is contracting loans, and there are grants that are coming into this country. But if you look at their status, how are they designed? Most of these things are designed outside. And I was very much surprised, some of these projects, even the farm to the group research, is done outside. It is given to the outside farms to do the recruitment. And when there are loans, there are grants for the government, we are not going to do this. So we need to be at the center stage of the implementation. And the most unfortunate part of it, these loans that are contracted on behalf of the country, they are given to projects outside the mainstream planning. Whereas if you look at the operational cost compared to the target beneficiary percentage, there are huge gaps. And we have to regulate it. Why not bring it in our mainstream agriculture? So we start supervision and monitoring from that place, rather than giving it to the project. You can see agricultural staff resigning during projects. Why not if it is not within the main agriculture? The staff will remain, they maintain their position, and we also monitor the implementation, so that we can know how much are these projects going to affect the life and livelihood of people. These are issues that we have to look at. You cannot blame the ministry. We are not serious as a country. Everybody is saying agriculture is the food basket of this country. But how do we ascertain that? Because we have to look at the importation of the food items in this country. We have to look at our policies. Let's invest and put embargo on certain importation of certain food commodities. Rice is our staple food. Everybody needs rice. But we cannot grow the rice that we are going to consume in our local. And currently, because of this platform, we have a lot of issues. We expect this thing to be embedded in the report of the agriculture. But if you look at this country report, when we have major issues confronting our agricultural sector, and without a permanent solution to this, we will never go ahead. It's going to be very difficult. How much do we invest in the importation of food items? Even our neighboring countries, there are just ECOWAS protocols. But they are very much compliant in protecting their own local industries. And secondly, there is a huge disparity between the production relative to the market. We are a production, but there is no market for our produce. And this is also discouraging farmers. It's very difficult to till the soil. You make sure that you produce, especially in the vegetable aspect, that are traceable in their nation. No storage facility. These are issues. People say that we have a lot of fruits that we cannot even process them to use. Are we serious as a country? We are even thinking in other sectors of the economy and food like that. Agri is very crucial. And there is no sector that can work in the African country. Our food cannot be in the hands of other people. So we have to look at this critically. Honorable Speaker, From the agricultural subsector, I also want to talk a little bit about the works and infrastructure ministry. That there is this issue of phase. The first phase of the Brikama market has been fully constructed. But even then before yesterday, if we are out, we know that there was a fire incident in Brikama. And the most valuable market, I think, in the whole country is Brikama in terms of fire. I remember in 2019, 2020, we just $100 million to rebuild the passenger in this country in order to avoid the occurrence of fire incidents. When it came to Brikama, I was emphasizing this issue. The $20 million was given, I said, please come up. Unless Brikama market gets overhauled, we have to get holistic review and build the money in order to avoid the occurrence. You are building the other phase before the next phase. You're going to do the entire area at once today. These are issues that we have to look at. It cannot be rebuilt in a peaceful. And it's a bigger community. You know how many people depend on the government for survival on a daily basis. These are issues. But sometimes we have to, I'm not trying to be discriminating, but we have to look at what is at hand. It's important. If we are contributing to rebuilding the market, let's do it holistically, not piecemeal approach. That will really impede our interest. The other aspect that is lands and regional development. I think this is a major issue that we have to look at. Since 2017, we've been changing land policy. I don't know how long will it take us to come up with a land policy. And this is another turning point in the country. People say that there is serious encouragement into our agriculture, our industrial land. How do we ascertain that we have a policy in order to preserve land for people? State development act in place. There is no policy regulating it. I'm a little bit worried whether it will take us more than 3 decades for us to have a simple land policy. And currently, I don't know whether you were aware that I think the minister is supposed to be there to hear from this. There's a serious conflict between commodities and competition. How Kobo and Gujarat in particular. And up till today, you have security that are based in that particular. Serious land disputes. People were wounded seriously. I was at a district to look at these people. The way they are fighting, they are attempting to kill one another. So that is why currently you have the security that are based in this city. But we don't even, the current situation cannot even tell us our district boundary. Since 2017, we're talking about this land policy. And again, we're talking about the soil fertility market in order to attract the private sector into our agriculture. Without this land policy, I doubt very much where we'll be able to bring the private sector into this particular production that we're thinking about. It's important, it's long overdue. It's long overdue. The issue of anything from the regional boundaries, we also look at our boundaries and the territorial integration. The level of enforcement. I think there are a lot of people that are from border villages. They know what is happening. They said under the defense, there is going to be a procurement of vehicles for operation along the border. Do we even know our borders? Up to today, we don't even know. There are communities in our respective countries who we are yet to determine whether they can own or send. You know it. And this is happening. So that is why this is very, very important. And the other aspect we talk about the MFDC and the Senegalese in the defense reform. How can we be using our own territorial integrity to fight with the rebel in our own country? These are issues that we have to look at it holistically and make sure that we restore our territorial integrity. Honorable Speaker, I think that is going to be my last point. The issue of creation of 150 jobs for the next 5 years. I'm a little bit worried. I'm really investing into the problems that can create them. When we are thinking, I think we have to understand. They have to go together. You have to make sure that you invest. And there is a problem. Our economy will be so that we can expand. And we could move. But the trend in which we are going, I think there is no way in attaining this. It's going to be difficult. We have totally forgone about agricultural production that can accommodate a lot of free food. And you talk about the youth transport. There is a merger between the youth component and the sporting component. And I think it's the ministry, the most valuable ministry. So me, sometimes I believe it's a punishment for a minister, taking minister for that ministry. Because it's the ministry that affects the lowest of the life. And this place is confronted with a lot of issues. Unemployment is another. If we are dreaming that we are going to create 150,000 jobs, when the area is stagnant, how do we compare the two? Even the sporting component is another problem. Because the sporting component, we are just coming from the field economy. That trip to Argentina, you know how it was in that time? It's almost a just the budget. And not every individual is academically certain class, but standing you have a skill of somewhere. That skill can be any of the sporting discipline. So it's a duty incumbent upon us to create an enabling environment where the youth will come exhibit these skills, no joking, promote it, so they can be connected. But these are problems. You bring in two major areas, you match them, and yet it's one of the most valuable things. I think we need a holistic approach. I want to just conclude and thank everybody for our participation in this meeting. Thank you.
Thank you very much, honorable member. I now invite a member of the gallery.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, very much for telling the Vice President and the honorable ministers who are here. Also, I use this opportunity to thank the President for fulfilling his constitutional mandate. Honorable Speaker, without wasting much time, I just want to go to the concluding remarks of the President. Today I've seen so many of the members are going to the concluding remarks because they are really touching, very important. Very, very important. Members have spoken very well, but I doubt whether we will do it. That's my question. Whether we will do as we said. For as we said, because we are repeating, it is very, very important, very vital for our development of this country. But I doubt whether we will do it. Standing here and talking is very easy. Honorable Speaker, as I said, to the concluding remarks by number 7, the President says, honorable members, the core mandate of the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary are interlocked and require that we work together in harmony. And he said, no person is an island, and no unit in an interlinked structure can function in isolation. This is very powerful. I believe all of us are carrying this. The development of the country cannot be done by the president only. It is our collective responsibility, no matter where you come from. As long as we are a citizen of the Gambia, we have to join hands and develop this work. I said it here, I think, the day before this one. Let's leave this politics behind. The politics can never take us anywhere. There are times now in the morning or in the afternoon, people are running to tune radios to listen to politics. We have plenty of work to do to develop this country. Would you go and listen to radios on politics, sending audios, insulting each other, assassinating characters? I doubt where that can move the country. And there is no limit for this. This is every day. If we are into politics, all of us, let's go out and do our politics. Whoever wins, know that it is the will of Allah. It's not you are better than the king. God gives you that position because it was destined to be. Not you are better than the king. But here, I said it, I'm listening, but let's see whether it will happen. If it goes, believe me, I said it last time, this is the only institution that can develop this one. It is the only institution that can level this country. Yes. Some members will come here and say, today I pay the minister, today I pay the president. When you go out, please, what is that? Are you voting for that? No way. No way. That is not why you are here. But just to pin the minister at the corner, today I did it. So what does that benefit your people and you yourself? Today somebody is the president, tomorrow I could be the president, tomorrow you could be the president. You want a better condition for the people of the Gambia. The people you are leading, you want them to live good. How are you going to achieve that? Please, let's work together. Maybe I don't have nothing in my head, but you have something in your head. Let's add it together and develop this country. When I said we are the institutions that can level this country, if the minister is here, what he brought to us is not correct. Let's accept it's not correct. But also, we have committees with different political parties. I tell our standing order, our regulations, that select us with different parties and politics, put us in one committee so as to achieve our development, our goals. When we go inside our committees, let's invite the ministers. They are technocrats. Let them tell us what they are up to. We also bring our own. We will move. But you know me, I'm soft-tempered. I don't want to see a sweet thing. I believe in war. I believe in war. If they are here, whatever they give us, even if, when it is not nice, let's say it's not nice, it's not convincing. This report is very sweet. But the president, he didn't finish it. He touched some are on development, some are at the middle, some are not finished, some are not started. Who will start it? Who will finish it? Not him. No. He cannot do it. He said it. There is nobody who is alive. But for us, it's our responsibility. We are here for our people. I just said it, not a political person. The election cycle have won. Let's work together. He said there are development goals all over. When we stand here, each and every member will cry for his consequences. It's not about your political party, but your consequences. You are free to ask for your consequences because you are representing your people. And then when development comes, if it comes, the president don't dictate it has to go for a party, for a party. It goes throughout the country. Cross-party. So please, let's make it happen. Let's see this country as our general principles. Let's do whatever it takes to see this one through, but not to fight. As I said, some members will come here today when I catch that minister. He will not sleep today. What is that? What have that got to do with you? What? My name is don't worry. The lady is there. Okay, all right, thank you. No problem, thank you. Yes, I just, the way things are going, I believe we can make it happen. I've had people talk sweetly. And let me tell you, as I said that day, I don't care who anybody. It is the people of Garrett that I am here. When I am on my feet, I always speak what I think is good for me and for my people. Whoever takes it, alhamdulillah. If you don't take it, alhamdulillah. I came here and I was trying to talk like this. There's nothing I didn't face I'm ever like this. But the serious. When you go to transport infrastructure, number one, there is no country that can develop when you don't have roads. Roads is very important. There is no way that you can develop when you don't have roads. We have people behind. They harvest good groundnuts, goose, maize, but they have no access to roads. Alhamdulillah, there are roads. Foundation stones were laid. We are praying for those roads to finish. Then we will see the other side of the country. What we are doing? It will come here. When you don't have roads, development will not go. When you are starting development, you have to have roads. And electricity goes with development. So I've seen a lot of roads under construction, which I applaud the government. Also, to agriculture. I have seen a reduction on the price of fertilizer. I commend the government for that. But if they can help to still bring it down, it will be very good. Look at last year. So many people couldn't afford fertilizer. And it brought so many failures in their crop production. So we should put that into consideration. Honorable Speaker, we just passed the labor bill today. And I think when we pass it, our people need to be sensitized about these regulations of the bill. You have people working in different places, they are not concentrated. Even when you are sick, you have to go to work. And I've seen an instance where an employer will drag his employee to court with all your grounds, but you know in this. We thought the labor department could have helped, but what I see, it was not the case. Our youth are in different sectors. They are working, but they are not having the freedom. When I say the freedom, even when you are not feeling well, you are afraid to get absent from that day. That's it. That thing needs to be considered. We are here for the well-being of the government. So if you are working, your job should be secure. But you don't have to go to work and then be treated anyhow. We are not going to take that. The bill that we approved today, I have gone over the bill from A to Z, from number one to the last. If you read it, it's very important. It has captured everything that has to make somebody, the employer and the employee, to be very comfortable. But now, it depends whether that will happen. That's my question. So let's make sure whatever we approve, let's make sure and monitor the implementation. Honorable Speaker, I also come with the rent. Sometimes we talk about how the rent is going in this country. But we don't have any rent. Since I came to this assembly, there is nobody, no minister, have responded about our complaints about this rent. Honorable Speaker, now as Gambians, you don't have a house for rent here. And let me tell you, so many of these sickness that people are having now, it is because of lack of comfortableness. What you earn at the end of the month, and what they charge you for a house where you can live with your family, sometimes if you pay, you cannot even buy a bag of rice. That's very serious. People are charging, the way Gambians are charging for a house or for an apartment for a rent, it's too much. We talk about liberal market or whatever, but then we should have a committee who can evaluate this house is for this apartment is for this floor is for this, but not to leave it at the landlord. They can charge anyhow they can charge. And what are they paying also to the government? We should also consider that should be put into consideration. But now, this is why all of the beautiful houses are occupied by foreigners, because Gambians cannot afford. This is serious. We have to change our attitude if we want to develop this country. But you don't want me to be doing good or to have a good name. If I'm doing good, if I'm digging a hole, you are burying the hole. When are we going to have all those holes to be digging? Others are digging, others are burying. Look at the ferry terminal. The last time I went there, I think the ticket is $35. When you give them $50, they say you don't have $5. They give you $10. You're supposed to pay $35. You give them $50, they say, I don't have $5. Because you are in the queue, you want to grow, you leave the $5 with them. $5, all those who cross there. How much is that? Is that coming to government? In the individual pockets. We have to change our attitude. That's not correct. You don't know that old woman how he acquired that money to cross to go to Barra or from Barra to Banjul. You tell her you don't have $5 to change. Is that correct? The attitudes, we have to change our attitudes. It's all within ourselves. If we have to better, it's ourselves. If we want to live like this, I don't see it. Yeah, I've seen it. I was there for several occasions. You give $50, they give you $10 or $1. When you don't want, you say, okay, just give me $10, I give you the $5. And the $35, I don't know whether it's included or not, but it was $35. So it's not correct. Honorable Speaker, I am appealing for all of us. In the name of Allah, let's see Gambia first. Let's not see about anybody, but let's see Gambia first. And work together to develop our country. The youth, we should concentrate on our youth. Have the youth, now small boys smoking. You know, you go to Mile 2, you see a small boy. Why are you here? Like, no more so man. It's serious. You feel for that boy, that small boy, you sympathize him. But also when you look at the other end, what he did, sometimes you don't know which side are you going to sympathize. The small boy there should have go out and do something, develop, to have a family tomorrow. But also he killed somebody. And now my fear is people are not afraid. Our democracy people are challenging officers, police officers. When an officer went to arrest you, before only one officer can arrest 10 people. But now when you go there, you kill. We shouldn't live like that. That's not democracy. Please. Honorable Speaker, I don't have to. I'm not feeling that. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I will now do the following member for Jumala. Member for Raw West.
All right, thank you very much for giving me the floor. I'm in charge. Well, I join my colleagues to thank the President for addressing the nation on that fateful day. It is clearly mentioned in his speech, this is not an activity report, and people should not really look at it as an activity report. And in most of the cases, people think that this is a report, like it's an activity report. I think once we understand and read it very well, we will understand that it is not a report. Some of the concern of members would have come as a report, but this is not a report. And I thank the President in fulfilling most of the promises that he made to the Gambian people. And on behalf of the people of Oklahoma, I just want to tell this August gathering today, the foundation was laid yesterday for the first time since this country attained independence. So we say that we thank you. And please, to continue, I started the office of the Vice President. In Lower Plateau, during the last year rainy season, I made some, during parliamentary questioning, I asked the former Vice President regarding the plans that they have for areas like Labantan, Dogen. Those are areas that witnessed a heavy flood last year. And then when this thing was assessed, we realized that this is a cross-border flooding because these floods are coming all the way from Kasima to those areas and they were seriously affected. And then we look at the measures that can be done and then we have advised them that before the beginning of this rainy season, we expect them to create a diversion. If they create diversion to other communities, to mitigate that amount of erosion coming. But as we speak now, it was not mentioned here and nothing has been done. And we urge the office of the Vice President to look at it and then treat it as a matter of urgency. This is a question that I have to the Ministry of Finance. The number of these period songs and this rate that the customers going around. I want the technician to look at whether this does not have an impact on some of our financial dealings. Because if you look at now, the SEPA is growing very high to 500 and we are anticipating at 600. We should look about this thing, whether this has no negative impact. To me, at my level of understanding, I believe that this will happen because those things are forcing Gambians to trade in the SEPA. And in our country, you cannot tell me SEPA or Dallas. And this is what happened. We are our trading community in Dallas. Whatsoever we should use the Dallas. And I welcome members that said the issue of the Jagger part of the Ministry of Agriculture will be centered in Sapo in Lower Plateau. I'm telling you, the people who have the vast land to welcome the ministry, let them come. Because that is the only place that they can perform well. So the land is there, we are telling the ministry, Your Excellency Vice President, we are telling you that we have the land to be able to host the entire Ministry of Agriculture, even with all their projects, we have the land. And some people have been the best place, the land is available, some structures are available, so we are welcoming the Ministry of Agriculture in South. And when they come, they are going to come. When you go to Sapo in Sierra Leone, because every civil servant will be entitled to the rights fee. And I go back to the Minister of Fisheries. Look, there are a lot of boreholes that are drilled that are not complete. and then people are trying to water. And at the same time, the ministry, they will come here and tell us. We are tired of stories that we have to tell our people. 4 to 3 good years, these boreholes are not being connected, and we make budgets over and over. That's why I think the problem of this country is not about the government, it's about the National Assembly. We are able to perform oversight control. We must make resolutions for certain ministers to be sacked if we wish to. But if we ourselves are failing into that, definitely everything will fail. And I want us to be very strong in Parliament. Let us be very strong and stand up with strong regulations that some ministers need to be fired if they are not performing well. Most of that they need to be fired. Because, look, it's really touching that you drink water to a community that is suffering for water. 3 good years, they are seeing the hole and they are not hearing anything from you any longer. And then how can they accept it? This is really unacceptable, and this is what our people are facing. Walls are built, no connection. And this is also the Ministry of Interior. I want the Ministry of Interior to understand that the police in my constituency have no mobility. If they don't have mobility, how do you enter for them to catch the criminals and follow these things? And I'm urging the ministry and even Your Excellency Vice President to try and see that the policemen in my region, they are equipped with mobility to be able to combat criminals. And not only that, the personnel that they are sending to my region, we have limited personnel. If you post them there, they are not ready to go because they are not motivated. Like what they are doing for the teachers, we want the government of this day to do that for the police so that they can be motivated to go to my constituency and stay there and serve my people. And I talked to the Minister of Justice personally that in the whole of Sierra South, we don't have a sitting magistrate. He travels. There are a lot of cases that are there. And if you delay justice, you know what it means. You don't want that justice to be delayed. Let them go there and work. Let them go and work. So I'm urging the Minister of Justice to ensure that henceforth you have a sitting magistrate who sits there to do our cases. If yesterday the cases were not much, today we are telling you the cases are much and they need to be dealt with. I talked about mobility for interior. I talked about the agriculture. I still come back to agriculture. We have the solution for agriculture. We have a problem of the agriculture, and we also know our problem, and we can suggest to government the solution. I've made it here. I said, with all the projects and the engineers that are sent to the agriculture, they have failed the project. And we said we want the executive to know the solution to this problem. Please, we have a district that have done evidence there, that is the Chinese. They initiated that. We want the Republic of the Gambia to further their bilateral relations with the People Republic of China to come and solve that project for us once and for all. We can feed this nation, and we will not only feed the nation, but we will give them quality rice. This rice that you are importing in this country, do you know about this rice? You don't know whether it has started or whatsoever, but the rice that we are cultivating in the country is of good quality and standard quality. And we have the land. All we are urging the government of this state, please, our problem is collaborate with the People Republic of China to solve that rice problem. Because we have problem of this, yes, the topography of the land is poor, and we need to come up with irrigation. Because if you only depend on tidal irrigation, you are only expected to do one season. And one season cannot do. Currently, if you go there, you will see that some vast land is not being utilized. And then we have to come in the government and the Minister of Agriculture. Currently, the 400 laws have been mined. They have combined harvest source. They are harvesting within 20 minutes, they can almost finish 10 plots. So I think that is a big loss to this government, that the people of Lower Plateau are thanking this Excellency and this government for bringing those contracts harvesters. They are doing very well, because then, before you can harvest your rice, you compete with the bats. But today, within 5 minutes, if you enter into your field, you are done. you only need to get the 20 bars. I said, we really can. And then I have to clarify. Recently, we approved a budget of 400 million for inputs. Our tractors are there. And as members, we have not yet the Minister of Finance. We understand that some diversion of funds, we will put the Ministry of Agriculture and Minister of Finance accountable to ensure that this budget that we approve here for inputs should not go anywhere only on inputs. Because we are trying to introduce a project-based budgeting. And our program is to make sure that the farmers access those inputs. And it's very important, Minister of Finance and Agriculture, we want to know that budgeted amount, and we are trying to find out the report to know where is that 400 million go, because our farmers there do not have the inputs that we want. And also, when Minister of Agriculture, when they go to buy inputs, they buy materials that are not definitely, because recently they bought a power tillers. But when they come into the field, they cannot do much. Meaning that we know the kind of materials that we need to be able to do the job. We need to follow. That is what the farmer said. We need to follow power tillers. Those are the power tillers that can do well. And also, please, on behalf of this, have manifested that one of my members is talking about where my colleague brother from Popular is talking about. This has shown that democracy is definitely working. For the fact that people that are not voting for the president are benefiting everything. Yesterday they say no to that. And people that are giving the president everything, when he feels that he needs to decentralize development, then I believe it is very important we understand that His Excellency President Adama Barrow is a true Democrat. And he is serving the interest of the people. But I'm telling my friend, as I am apologizing on behalf of my friend, tell your people to take. We are giving you everything. We are giving you everything. We give you more. We give you everything. We give everything. Can you put a Please, don't use your mind to buy the thing. Please, no time and then, please. Please, remember for that, please, remember for that.
Point of order. I will honorable speaker. Point of order.
Remember for settlement. Yes.
Honorable Speaker, point 29. 1. Every member shall restrict his or her observation to the subject matter under discussion. A member is going beyond the limit. The subject matter is for the discussion. It's not about that man, it's about the speech of the president.
Honorable member for Lower Plateau West talking about infrastructure development. Please, honorable member. He's talking about development. And that's in order.
No. Honorable Speaker, it's not in order. It's not in order. It's not in order, Honorable Speaker. No, it's kind of speaker. The rule is not sustained. Everybody are telling us why did he say? It's the president infrastructure, Honorable Speaker. It's the president now infrastructure.
29. Please, take your seat, please. Put up your mind, please. Please, honorable member. Allow me to rule. Please. Please, allow me, please. Please.
From the ruling, we all understand that very well. If the ruling is in order, we know the judgment in order, we know.
Please, put up your mic, please.
Yes,
allow me to finish, please. Allow me to finish, please. Please, allow me to do my ruling. The honorable member for Lower Plateau West talking about development and road point made by the member with regards to that he is apologizing on behalf of that member, which he said. So please, let's allow him to proceed. And I want to... Honorable member, we accepted this now. I want to appeal to members. Please put on your mic, please. No, what I want to say. No, put on your mic first. We accept this. No, wait, I'm coming. Please. No, I'm not giving you the floor. I'm not giving you. Please. Put up your mic. What I want to inform members that if you want to stand on point of order or observation, I will give each and every member the opportunity. Please, and you cannot sit on your constituency chair and you preside over. No, please. Now, the member for Senate.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. 29-4. I was the one who got it out. He said he's apologizing on behalf of that. He said,
Point of order.
Point of order. It should be out of order to use offensive language. He's using that. Let me tell my people to check. Let me withdraw that. Then the point of order. That's an offensive. I don't feel that.
Don't use your mind if I don't give you the floor. Please put up your mind. No. Order, please. Order. Honorable Silent, please. You can't tell me what to do. Please, Honorable Please. No, you see, some of you are out of order by disrupting the business of the assembly. Let me make a rule. I've made a ruling on the point of order. Now you are on a point of order, the member for Sani. That he used, what can I use? Can I call your phrase again? Please. No, please. You say he uses offensive language by using the term letting the people change. Means they are not thinking. It's offensive. Please. Honorable members. Yes. Honorable member for Pukarano, Central Panibu, Larikuna, and Sam. If you don't allow me to rule on his point of order, we will not be able to proceed. All right, please. That is not an offensive language. Point of order. Honorable Speaker.
The rules do rule of order, the standing order, listen to me first. As it doesn't provided for, on section 8, no, listen, come on. That is how we say not the
Member Volume, please don't address me.
Clause 8, subsection 3. Speaker's ruling. If you go to it, it says, the Speaker's ruling shall be final on all questions of procedure and order. If the Speaker made a ruling, nobody has the answer to question the Speaker's ruling. And that is final. That's what the standing order says. Unless you are throwing the standing order out. So I don't know what you understand.
Honorable Speaker, point of order.
Honorable Member for
Latikunda. Honorable Member for Latikunda.
Member for Latikunda, I want to appeal that you read the standing order.
That's what I'm raising on point.
Please sit down. Please.
That's what
Okay, sit down, please. Control your mind. You see, if you read the standing order, you realize that once there is a point of order, you cannot raise another point of order unless the speaker wants. And you cannot also use the mic without being granted by the speaker. Please, let's read us. Yes. Only your point of order sustained. Member for law body.
my point of order is good.
Please proceed.
Point of order. Honorable Speaker, also rule point of order. You need to listen and give me. Point of order. So the point of order. Honorable Speaker, point of order.
Please.
Point of order.
No, wait. I'm not doing it. Yes, I'll give you. Please sit down. Yeah, please sit down, please. Please. Put up your mind. Honorable members.
I don't have point of order, different point of order.
Alright, sit down, please. You are rising on a point of order, a different point of order. No member is on the floor for you to bring him or her to order.
The only members are the floor, not to bring point of order. Point of order are
Go ahead.
address issues.
Okay, go ahead. Yes.
I'm going to 29.5. No member shall input improper motives for any other member. Honorable Speaker, with all due respect, we all know that we live in a parliament whereby we need to promote people to express their feelings. You cannot tell a member that your people need to change to vote for the president. It's putting the motive in there.
Honorable member, for central validity, your point of order is that we put improper motive on members. That is the order you raised. Yes. And you said tell your people to change. I have not. Please allow me to rule. Let's maintain decorum. I was listening, and I have not half been saying. Let them vote.
Honorable Speaker, point of order.
When you are done, we will proceed. We will continue.
Point of order.
Point of order, Honorable.
I'm speaking of your mind.
Observation.
Let me rule. Allow me to rule on this point of order. The member for lower floor is not putting on cooperative members. The member for the Canada, you say your point.
It's exactly on the same 29 file. If you do that, that's not.
Point of order.
If you need to program office, then because this one is final, God is final.
You see, please, what he said was, is including improper motive on the members. And you said by saying these people to pay. Please, I've made my ruling, now I'll give the floor to the member for law.
No, my point of order, Honorable Speaker. I am on point of order. Point of order, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable for law, proceed.
Thank you very much.
All right, sit down. There is point of order.
Members.
No problem.
Members.
Point of order, which?
Order, take your seat, please. Different from...
Yes, my point of order is 26, speaking in debate, 26.4, the speaker shall not take part in any debate before the National Assembly. And Honorable Speaker, you are seen visibly and actively participating in debate. You should not. Thank you very much.
I'm raising the point of order.
No, please.
I'm raising the point of order.
There is an order, let me move on. There is a point of order. Honorable member, there cannot be a member who is out of order when you are out of order. Member for Kantora,
You are controlling the debate.
honorable member,
Of course, I'm sure.
honorable speaker, point of order. Point of order, honorable member for Latikuna, you are disrupting the system. Put up your mic, please. Honorable member for Latikuna, please. Yes. Please. Please. Yeah, I said, and I love you for that. Majority leader for Kantora.
It's just about interruption. Order 32. It's duty of Parliament to maintain the rule on debate. And the way, okay, Honorable Speaker, no member shall, except Speaker, shall interrupt other member. Referring to clause 32, when someone is making a statement, you're not allowed to interrupt the person, unless the Speaker. So please allow the man to continue the debate.
No. Point of order sustained. Members, please refrain from disrupting this business of the assembly. Member for law.
Thank you very much for giving me to come back. But please, member for Sami, you are misquoted. I am saying. No, wait.
Remember for all
Yes.
you put up your mic and take your seat. I have rules on the member for lower floor. I have rules on that one. Please proceed.
Thank you very much. Member of PMB, we are not here. On behalf of my brother, Okofladu, I'm saying sorry because you complain and it's my brother.
No. Speaker.
Well,
Please. No, you cannot interrupt.
Point of order, Honorable Speaker. Point of order.
Nominated member
think I'm rising on Order 17A, the behavior of members. During a sitting, all members should enter and leave the chamber speak. This is a challenge. And sometimes one is just left to ask, are we really happy? I'm sorry with due respect to all the members. But there are ways in which we can really connect whatever grievances we have, rather than shouting at each other as if we are at what element is. I'm sorry for my language, but this is in this aspect. The standing orders are here to guide us. Even if we speak and make rules, if you don't find criticism or you find bias, there are processes and procedures to follow. But we said that's close by 8, it's almost 8 and we are not moving. So I'm appealing to the speaker, make a ruling so that we follow the standing orders and allow the speak. Thank you.
Thank you, nominated member Kebala Fofana, order to change. And I appeal on members to maintain the quorum and to allow other members to proceed. And the member for your floor, I hold and made a ruling on this matter. The news at the floor, please proceed. What? All right, please go ahead. Let me know what to do.
Honorable Speaker, it seems that there are two speakers in this House of Assembly. We were disturbed by side issues from a member for Woolies. Let me tell you, you make a ruling, please, can you relocate him to another place? No, I'm not sorry. You are sorry.
Honorable members, please ignore those who they are good neighbors. They are good neighbors. Please, let's proceed. Member Kolo, proceed and don't go back to this point. Member Kolo, proceed.
All right, thank you very much. But now I just want to talk about petrol and energy. The rural Gambia, if you look at since independence, of course, have been disadvantaged with electricity. So thanks that we realize some part of Sierra Leone are starting benefiting this electricity project. And we also urge the minister to fast track, because there are some communities that we are mentioned that they will have electricity. But we have not seen any sign, and this is 2 years now. And then in the speech, we could not hear information regarding our faith to that part. And we really need electricity. Because even during Ramadan, we suffer. This ice block into the lower flood, we buy it for $50. So I think there is high need for the Minister of Energy to fast track, because already communities were identified, they made surveys, people we are happy. But it's coming to 3 years now, we do not have. And we are urging the ministry to look at it. Yes, finally, it's about information. The president talked about all the development that happens in the Ministry of Information. But I want to add, as a nation, we have realized that, I expect him to say, there are radio stations that would have changed to a political party. Because the kind of information they are giving is not information that is credible. That is not the information that we want. And I feel those are issues that we need to address. We need to address that. If you want to register a political party, there is a free ground for you, but you cannot use radio stations as a, or if not, we are talking of 19, I'm saying that we have 22. You have online TVs whatsoever. We need to look at information sector. And we should not be joking about information. Because the kind of information coming out, they need to be treated well. And the laws that should guard this area, we need to look at it very well. Because there is radio stations that every day, every hour. Look, the information should be very progressive. And it should be realistic. You threaten people to come to your country because you are not in line with one party. That is not good. And that is the kind of information that is happening. And according to the executive, let's revisit the laws of the media. You cannot just get up and talk whatsoever. There are histories that most of these words emanate from information, falsified information. We will not sit down in this country to see that. We will make sure that they will be addressed to the latter. So whoever wants to use your radio station as a political party, please go and criticize the IEC. It will never be followed. And then finally, in closing remark, let's unite as a country. When we unite as a country, we will foster development. And then that's what the president has called all Gambians. And this should be cross-cutting. Let's be united. Once we are united, we are very strong. But for the fact that we are not united, politically we are divided, it has affected this nation seriously. Even you are supposed to push, because you are in political difference, you don't want to push. And when will that be pushed? And that's what we need to stop if we want to develop. And I finally said, for now, let's do our oversight functions. We are solutions to all problems, and if there are problems, then we are the bigger problem. On that note, I thank all of you.
Thank you very much, member for law progress. I now give the floor to the member for Pony Pintan.
Thank you so very much, Honorable Speaker, for giving me the floor. Honorable Speaker, it is worries of whom are we talking to? At this very moment, I want to use this opportunity to thank the Vice President. And special thanks goes to the Minister of Finance. Because out of 21 ministers in the country, we have only 2 ministers. But as of present, we have only 1 minister, the other minister is for finance. So we are raising questions to the ministry. And now, these have, in fact, informed me the reason as to why some of the ministers could not get their allocation, budget allocation. This really informed me. As of the sooner addressed by the President, the concern of the President is there for national development. But some of these ministers will not even show the commitment that we are in charge of public office. The members are here raising concern, and the ministers are not here. And the standing orders are clear. Questions to the Vice President, ministers, and the Assembly Authority. 1. Clearly states, the Vice President and ministers shall, by order of the Assembly, be requested to attend sittings of the National Assembly to answer all questions. Topical questions and other
document are you reading?
I am reading order 36. Order 36. 1. It says, the Vice President and ministers are by order of the Assembly, be requested to attend sittings of the National Assembly to answer oral questions, topical questions, and urgent oral questions asked of them. Now, out of the 21 ministers that we have in the country, only 2 ministers are here. The other one is the Minister of Finance, who is in fact not responsible for carrying out the physical work that is needed for the nation. So now, for the fact that we are here looking at the sooner address by the President, it is of no importance. But I am happy that the Honorable Speaker, we are able to raise this concern initially, addressing through the Vice President. Your Excellency, welcome to this struggle, and the struggle has just begun. Going back to the sooner address.
Now there is point of order by the member of Central Body.
Thank you. Honorable Speaker, Order 25, attendance of the Vice President and Ministers. As prescribed by the Constitution, the Vice President or a minister, sir. If ministers are not here, if Vice President is present here, then the ministers can go. What I'm saying is, I'm talking to a member of FONI, Binta, that is, if ministers are not here, but as long as we have the Vice President here, the business can go on. This is what I'm saying.
Yes. Yes. The member for Central Body is right. But the member for Moni Bintan, and that's the office of the Speaker instructed the office of the Debut Office to write to His Excellency the Vice President, inform him of his attendance to business the House today and tomorrow, and as well as invite all honorable ministers to be here, take note and respond to issues of concern for members of the National Assembly. That's along the way. But proceed, honorable member.
Point of order, Minister.
Nominate member Kebala Kokona on the point of
No. I'm rising on 25-1. Let's
but honorable member, please.
25-1. Order 25-1. Let's have clarity. And I'll read. It says attendance of the Vice President and Ministers. 1. As prescribed by the Constitution, the Vice President or a Minister shall report on any matter concerning a department or business of government committed to his or her charge. So to say if the Minister is present or the Vice President, that suffices for the entire government. I think if you go by that notion, I'm not sure whether we will be doing justice to what is standing for the say. Can you read this? You are judging for this.
Order 25-2 by nominating member Kebala Kokona sustained. It's also relevant. Please.
Honorable Speaker, thank you very much. Honorable Speaker, the Vice President is representing the President here. The speech has been done by the President. Now the President is not within our midst. The Vice President is dedicated to come and represent the President. I am saying, if ministers are not available, the business of the Assembly can still continue because the man, the Vice President, is representing the President and we are discussing about it. So nobody can dispute that.
Thank you, Member for Central Baribu. And in fact, that's why I said your order sustain. But this point of order also sustain. Yes.
Honorable Speaker, which one do you take now?
No. Please. You see, the member for Central Baribu made a valid point. Said in fact, it's a constitutional provision, which I said sustain. When I gave to the the nomination member Kebala Kokona wanted to elucidate, to indicate that also 25-2, which more or less similarly indicated that no, he didn't read 2, he read 1. Or he read 1. They are the same, okay. They are similar, yes. Member Kukuni Peter, please proceed.
Thank you so very much, Honorable Speaker. Central Baribu, we should stand in a better position not to be taking a relationship from the ministers. The defense of the nation is the national interest that should come first before anything. Thank you. Okay, Honorable Speaker. On the solar address of the President, the finance and economic affairs, the President has a
Point of order. There is point of order. Honorable member for Central Baribu is raising on a point of order. Yes, can you please tell us?
Honorable 29, the content of speeches. Yes, no member said that to improper motives. What I'm saying, you cannot say, honorable member of Central Baribu, we are not here to beg minister. I'm not begging. He said we are not here to beg any minister. I'm not here to beg any minister. What I'm putting to him, how many chairs? Look at the chairs. How many of our members are here? So if you want to make it mandatory for ministers to be here, that's why I'm putting to you, whether ministers are here or not, the business can still go, the Vice President is here. But I'm not begging or I'm not speaking for any minister.
Honorable member for Foni Pinta, the member for Central Baribu hasn't begged any minister. He made a point of order and I ruled that his point of order was valid and sustained. So you should please proceed.
Thank you so very much, Honorable Speaker. I have a point of order.
Please, there is a point of order from the member. From the member.
On a more serious note, yes, on a more serious note, I'm rising on order 17. It reads, while a member is speaking, all members shall be silent and shall not make unseemly interruptions. Please and please again, let's allow the member to proceed without making unseemly interruptions. Thank you.
Sustain. Please. What do you think?
Thank you so very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, looking at the solar address by the President, finance and economic affairs. The Gambia relies heavily on imports for the consumption of basic commodities, including wheat and maize from Ukraine. Rely heavily on imports. I think that's where the focus should be. Why the imports? Why are we importing? That is the thinking. That is where everything should start as a nation. Whatever we are looking at is how to minimize this importation of consumption of food that we have to consume. Because if we continue to import food, in it we will not have the good health for the nation that we are yearning for. We saw people die at tender age. We don't know the reason as to why. But probably it's because of the imported food that we are consuming. We have the fertile land, we have the water, we have everything it takes. But what is the Ministry of Agriculture actually doing? That is where the thinking should start. And as a president, if we show commitment, then it should be followed by the ministry. I told the president earlier that other ministers deserve to be sacked. Because if they are not working for national interest. Looking at the end of December 2022, inflation stood at 13.7%. That is because whatever we are consuming is imported to this country. According to the President's address, this is a worrisome situation for a developing nation. We can work out of this. I have the conviction and I have the belief. Only if we are committed. Only if we have the committed ministers. We have the committed members of National Assembly. We have a united force on a common goal to achieve whatever we want as a nation. There is no impossibility for this. But it is not sad to talk about these realities in a nation where people don't even want to understand what they do. It says to the Ministry of Agriculture to provide examples of such undertaking. A national fertilizer policy has been formulated and validated, and the development of a strategic plan is at an advanced stage. So when the government talk about an advanced stage, I don't know what an advanced stage is. You need to break it down. An advanced stage is an advanced stage continues until after 5 years still at an advanced stage. I am wondering, and we are in the land of wondering, and we still continue to wonder whether what he said we will be able to achieve it or not. The solar address was well calculated and properly put in place, but then how will we achieve it as a nation? Looking about the creation of 150,000 jobs, how will we achieve it? As of now, 1 year plus, or 1.5 years past, or 2 years past, what did we achieve? How many jobs were we able to create? Is it that we are able to create 25,000 jobs? If we are able to create 25 or 35,000 jobs, then we are on track. But in the event we are unable to create that, then we are on track as a nation. Let's move forward to the Ministry of Defense. According to the President's solar address, page 16 of 57, said it actually, the number I have. Following the unfortunate resurgence of conflict in Casamance between the MFDC and the Senegalese armed forces, the Gambia Armed Forces monitors the affected areas in Kony to guarantee the safety of all Gambian citizens. In this regard, they have conducted robust patrols in the area. We thank them for their vigilance and devout service to the nation. That is where this one is now. The Senegalese forces that are stationed are the people that started all this, what we are following. And now, our people were taught for them. No minister ever visited those areas. No minister.
And no minister took the commitment upon himself to go and in the area. The cells landed in our compound in Pune. The cells landed on top of the story building, on top of the building in Pune. So we see all those realities, and the government don't care about it, to be honest with you. I am not saying this because I want to instigate anything whatsoever, but I am saying it as it is. At least when the Senegalese soldiers were killed in that area, the president came out and gave a press release, and at least so a sign of remorse, but when our own Gambians were killed, no sign of remorse. It is so sad as a nation. When you talk about unity as a leader, leadership is about having the clear vision, the aim and the objective to develop a nation. Leadership is about seeing what others did not see. Leadership is about understanding what others did not understand. But the end result will tell us what it is. Coming back to the Minister of Basic and Secondary Education, how I wish the Minister was here. We are talking about performance. We are not talking about the number of classrooms that we construct. We are talking about performance. Performance is very important in all the sectors. And how can you get that performance from? It is where the thinking comes to play. It is motivating the teachers. It is encouraging the teachers. It is creating other incentives for teachers so that they can be there and teach to perfection. But not the number of classrooms you build. Not going around for observation whatsoever, no. It is how you are able to motivate and encourage the people that are playing the game, the teachers that are there and the students. Let's move further to the justice system of the country. Page 28 of 57. Number 8. As reported during the last year celebration, the judiciary is doing very well and has regained public confidence. Said who? Said who? When we have people in the remand for 10 years, when we have people in the remand for 7 years, when we have people in the remand for 5 years, said who? I think whatever is to be said to the parliament needs to be clear to all. The public have no confidence at all, as I speak to you here, in the judiciary sector. Hard to say, but this reality we must say. Whether the public understands it or not, but it must be said. Whether those in office want it or not, it must be said. The Vice President, you can explain to us which public confidence the people have from the judiciary sector. This one, we want an explanation from you. And the Minister of Justice, happily you are here. Please step in. To the environment, welcome, thank you. Setsedan, welcome back. Setsedan, welcome back. You change the governance system to better a nation, but you don't change to worsen the situation. We were a clean nation, going towards the right direction, like any other country. You came in 2016 and removed everything. Whatever was good was bad. And today, thank you, the government has started to think, and they are thinking in the right direction. That Setsedan is good for a nation. A dirty nation is a sick nation. Welcome back, Setsedan, at long last. And how I wish the government have the vision to see whatever they have let go of good. Like they did sold the tractors and bought the donkeys. I think you should start. I can't give no very much. Thank you very much. This is a good night.
this is a good time where we're going to throw the curtain here until tomorrow. Honorable members, I want to thank all of you for participating in the debate and listening. And I want to thank His Excellency, the Vice President, standing in, His Excellency, the President, and those honorable ministers who join him. And His Excellency, Mr. Vice President, please tomorrow ensure the attendance of all the ministers and their technicians so that they can also assist you and in responding to issues faced as they affect their department or portfolio. Let me now put the question.
Ku yoddu sa xët te quality jas na ñoo yor seen cumbukaay tur day uyu borom jas na pire soo ko bëggee fii si biir Gambia bi dawal foofu sa quality jas na your number one stop shop. Ana sama jigéen ñi dama bëgg ngeen jox ma seen nopp garme yi ndaxte quality jas na amal nañ leen ay til yu toj daala poos abaaya yu yiiw waaye it amal nañ leen ay boreda yu rafet boreda yoo xam ne pour góor ñi la ak pour jigéen ñi amal nañ leen body scrub yi nga xam ne nii dafay defar seen yaram bam nice waaye it fàttewuñ fa diw yi. Ana sama jeeg yu pare yi quality jas na amal nañ leen fa andi cuuraay yu neex house spray ak bépp xeetu baax pour seen biir néeg. Dama ne atum ren jii ku sa jëkkër mere ku ne yow la neex ndaxte quality jas na ñëw na si dëkk bi pour defar sëy yi. Makeup artist yi bàyyi leen gannaaw ñu ngi leen fa amal ay makeup product yu quality waxu leen léegi nii foofa sa Westfield jàkkaarloog monument bi wala nga jokkoo quality jas na si 250 01 24 ak quality jas na taaral sa bopp taaral sa